Hi there, I'm Gersey. Welcome back to Satisfactory, and let's continue. We played a lot live last time. We built a lot live in the last stream. I think last time we tried to build an entire factory that revolved around building. What was it? Last time we tried to build an entire factory that revolved around building with oil and oil factory stuff. And that's something I want to continue this time. We did quite a lot in the oil factory space, but that's all the way over there. So I think it's a good idea to go there right now. So let's leave one space in our inventory and then we'll be on our way. The thing is, we need to set up a port here for factory transport as well. So we want to transport all of the plastics back from the facility to here via this road. Hopefully that guy won't be in our way. And I probably want to set up like a system for trains too. Not this episode, but eventually. But we have so much to do. We want in this big amalgamation of factories. I want to build an entire factory around every one of the giant factories we already have. So from now on I want to encase every factory because that will definitely also look a lot nicer. But right now we need an energy grid to sustain all the factories that we built. And we have an energy grid. We have double the energy that we had before because of the, what are they? Like those things. Can I zoom in? Like those things. Can't I? Yeah, like that. They provide energy, but they don't provide stable energy. And that is what we want, stable energy. Not a fluctuating power grid that we can't do anything with. Eventually we need a lot of the other stuff too though. Let's see. So this is what we had last time, right? We had an entire grid dedicated to only producing plastics. We need to find a way to transport that stuff out of here, but not that is not really necessary to do right now. So what I would suggest is that we delete this one. Let me see. We want to place one-dimensional depot up here. Then we want to do the same thing up here. Then we want to reclaim all of the stuff we have. Do I have space enough to build right here? I don't think I have actually. I need a smart splitter, a way out. We need a way to transport items back in there. And we need a way to transport materials onto here. No, I placed that in the wrong location. Let me try to fix that. I don't know why, but for some reason it just doesn't like to connect in the way I want it. Okay, so now that is connected, we can have the petroleum coke be sent off without worrying too much about where it will go. And we have an output right there that we can use eventually to send stuff back to the base. Now we do the same thing. Oh wait, we do need to set this to overflow. So everything will go, the left one will go in overflow. This one will get overflow because our first priority is to fill up. Like, does it do that right now? Yeah, it does. So our first priority is to set things straight to the machine. So we have rubber and we have plastics, which I don't know if they will like immediately connect perfectly. Why is the input so weird? I guess it's the best we can do. Apparently it says it's too steep for some reason. Oh, I built it up too high again. Too low. Can I stop fucking this up? That is exactly what I want. So now we have an output of plastics to the right and overflow to wherever we are sending the plastics back to our main base, so that we can grab that to build. But we have 5 pipelines because we can't set this one any higher. This one already produces 150 oil per minute. We're using the entire amount of oil if I calculated that correct last time. But what we want to do, and therefore we need to delete a lot of the stuff we already have. We can only delete the middle one, I think. Because what we want to do is delete all of these and set them to the highest priorities we can. So, or priorities, highest belt throughputs. So right now we have a pipeline, a pipeline that can transport 300 materials per minute. And we want it to transport over 300 materials per minute, 300 oil per minute, because I know I can do that. And this one we don't have to delete. But right now I have pipeline version 2.0, and I can just do this and we can upgrade these by hand because we have the plastics. So let's see. I think we can upgrade these ones like this. And it's easily visible. I think upgrading all these pipelines will take a while, not too long probably, but I do have to watch out that I upgrade them to their fullest, because right now I don't know if I can see if the entire throughput is like 300 or 600, because these ones can transport 600, but I think it is. Yeah, that was something I was worried about, that you could upgrade the part before the valve or before the pump, because you almost can't see that. So we have some sneaky parts right here and here that we haven't seen. So let's just upgrade the rest of the pipes then, because we already checked for everything else, right? Okay, so with all of the pipes being MK2, we can now throughput more than 300, because before we were limited to only 300. So you see, this machine can only pump to 150 cubic meters per minute, because that is an impure node that will eventually not be able to go any higher than this, because I don't think we can have an oil extractor 2 Mark II. I don't know if that's the case for these ones. I don't know what the difference is, because between the MK1 and the MK2 pumps. Okay, so the only difference is the maximum head lift. So that doesn't really matter at all right now. I think we can always change that later. But this one, for example, only pumps 300 per minute. So we are limited to this one being 300 per minute. Maybe I should have not upgraded that one exactly for that reason. But the other 3 or 4, I don't know about these. I think we can set these to a higher value. Now also 300. See, this one can pump a lot. Like, what is it? Power shards. We need 3 of those or 2 of those. So this one will be able to pump 600 oil per minute. So they're all 600 except for one. Maybe it would have been easier if I just kept in mind which ones were the ones that were 600. Because the other ones will always be 300. This one will also be able to pump 600. And this one will also be able to pump 600. Oh, I like the purple hue around here. Looks so pretty compared to all the other areas we've been through. So it's the bottom ones. And I think if I did this correctly, 300. And this one was the 600 one, right? Yeah, 600. So all the bottom ones can produce 300 and all the top ones can produce, or 600, and all the top ones can produce 300. So that's a really easy way to keep in check if one is producing the correct amount. Now everything is pumping as it should. And now comes the most difficult part. We need to check what's the best recipe for making residual fuel. So what I think we could do best, because then we're also producing a lot of material from this. So many recipes to choose from. So I don't know what the best way to go about this is, but right now it seems like the best way is to just produce like polymer that we can use for other stuff, and then produce plastic from that. Because I don't know if we use the residual fuel for anything. It may also be useful to produce this, to use crude oil and produce like heavy oil residue. This is an alternate recipe we have unlocked. It could be that is the best one, so I think we'll go with that. And then we can always use like the residual oil residue to produce a lot of this. So I think we're going with that one. Currently, we have an output of 300, so this will require a lot of calculating. So we have a total output of 2,400 oil from these pipes, and we're using 60 oil per minute. So divided that makes 40 refineries. So we're going to need a lot and a lot and I mean a fucking lot of refineries. So let this be our first one. What we will do though is use this line and transport everything from the side right here. So these ones are deleted. Damn it, no, that one definitely should not stop producing. So from a high vantage point will probably be better to set up stuff like this. So we need 40 refineries in total. So I don't know how much that is in terms of production value, but let's say we have a space of 2 between every one of them. That's a little bit confusing. So this is the input side. Let's turn it around then. I think this is best to just keep a lot of these like this. Now the question is, can we build over the platform right there? I think we can actually. I don't know, I'm not sure. But we're definitely going to need this space. Which is just high enough, I think. Perfect. So now we can just put 40 of these next back to back. So that will be a gigantic input. So that is one row done. Let's connect to row first, because I will definitely forget that if I don't. We can calculate how much output we have afterwards and then split that, because I don't think this will be able to fuel everything. We definitely produce way too much residual oil right now for one pipe to handle. If I didn't upgrade all the belts right now, I didn't, or before, I wouldn't have been able to do this so quickly like this. Okay, so this one consumes like 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we leave a space of 1 or 2 in between, I think 2 is better. Then we need 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we have 2 in between. And then we have 1 in this row, of this, 3, 4. I think like this. Jesus Christ, so this entire area will be filled with oil. Or for refineries that will consume oil. That is fucking insane. Let's not forget to connect all of the power poles, because they will require a lot of connections to be stable. And I don't think that we need residual plastic or like plastic fragments or whatever they are called to build anything else, but they will be useful eventually for some things. So we have a refinery array right here, a refinery array right here. Oh, I think I built a little too many platforms, because we only need 4 rows, right? So now we can just slowly build this outwards. But I already noticed that we require a lot more material than we have on hand right here. And also that we have in stock. So we will have to collect a lot more, because otherwise this won't function well. That's nasty. Look how empty our inventory has become after this. We're producing already way too much. We already need way too many items just for this. So it may be useful to upgrade our storage to the max at the moment we try this. After this though, there is a possibility that we don't have to worry anymore about using too much energy. Like this will require so much material, or will produce so much gigawatts. That's insane. I don't know how much though. That's something we have to look for afterwards. I do think, if I will get spit out eventually, I do think that we need a lot of the heavy modular frames, but apparently we don't need those. We just need the basic materials we already have on hand. So that's cool, because we're already producing way more than enough of these materials. And eventually we can use the fuel to not only power that, but we can also use it to power vehicles to drive back and forth between our base. Because we don't want to use everything of the fuel that's being produced. We want to use a lot, but not everything. Because I don't know how much fuel we'll eventually get. It could definitely be, because I didn't calculate how much of all the materials will be produced in the factory. So it may be that another chain of machines will be better. Like, for example, maybe that the recipes that we haven't unlocked yet are better, or that recipes that are already in the production line are better, like the oil that doesn't consume like water and stuff. But right now I just want to build with the things we have, right? Because we can always throw like residual plastic in the awesome sink if we don't have the machines yet to build everything else. Yeah, so I think this is more than enough of the material to build the factory. We probably need a lot more like this stuff. Right now for every other material I think we have more than enough. The biggest problem will be to get plastic, but we have that right there. So that shouldn't be the biggest. So that it is a big problem because we can't just build with it, but we can just take it from the machine. And by the way, the moment we will be back at the factory, all the dimensional depot storage will be filled up again, so that won't be a problem, I think, for the most part. But Jesus Christ, encasing all the factories will be a task. And already this factory will probably be the biggest one, because this one will probably require a second layer just to work. We can build in height, but I rather don't. I rather not do that, even though we probably have to eventually, because building in height requires us to have head lift in all of our pumps, which will also cost a lot of energy. But before anything of the sort happens, we can just rely on dumping everything into the awesome sink and calculating later how much the plastic requirements will be, the water requirements that we have to pump up. So right now it already looks kind of menacing. So here we have our 1 meter array, and with this we can probably build the rest. The dimensional depot requires us to, or not requires, will allow us to go a lot less back and forward. So right now, before that was a thing, right? We had to go back and forth like every like 10 minutes or 5 minutes between our main factory and our storage storage facility, I mean. And right now this will just suffice. We have more than enough space. So that's another row done. Here we have our last row. Let's see, can we align this without any issues? I think now it's aligned. Okay, so these are all the production facilities we need to make the residual fuel. And I don't really care, right, that it's maybe not the perfect way to build this, because right now it's the easiest way for me to do this. And we're producing plastic, or what is it called? Like the plastic resin stuff. And we can probably use that in like a lot of the other stuff too. Not only in the things we already do, or in the plastics and rubbers. We have a lot more freedom to divide how much plastic will be going in every factory, instead of having to rely on everything that's already built. Like if we have plastics as an output and rubber as an output, we have only those amounts to work with, right? And now we don't have to think about that. We can just transform the amount of what is it even called? Like polymer resin. We can just transport the amount of polymer resin into the material we need for that specific moment. So these are all connected. You have a connection. I don't know. I think the last one is one I already connected with everything, right? Now the pipes. We definitely have to change some things around later, because I don't think one pipe will be able to handle over 600. I know it won't be able to handle over 600. Not that it really matters, because we can always split the pipes. I also don't know how much head lift machines like these have. So do they have like a head lift of 10 meters by default? Or because if they don't, we have maybe a slight problem. So that's 10. Now we have to do the wire. I don't want to look at my power grid and how heavy this weighs on the entire power grid. It probably will use like over the amount we have. So we have to gradually turn everything on, probably. Okay, so now that all of these machines are connected, we want to let them produce heavy oil residue. I don't think this will be the best option, because then we're mainly producing fuel. Wait, does that matter? Okay, wait, I have to draw this out on a graph. So we have, okay, so if I'm correct about this, if we use the recipe, the alternate recipe for heavy oil residue, it seems like this one's better, only it's using more machines. Like right now, if we produce fuel with 60 crude oil per minute, it will produce 40 fuel and 30 polymer resin. But if we use the same 60 oil to produce heavy oil residue, then we'll produce a total of 13.3333 more cubic meters more fuel, and we produce 10 more plastic. But we're also producing like a lot of we also use a lot more machinery to transform the heavy oil residue into fuel. So that will be something. So I don't think it is definitely worth in terms of plastic production. and we're using a lot more. So I think this is probably the best one. It could be that I'm totally wrong, but let's just go with this one because why not, you know? So let's input this recipe in every machine. If I knew there was an easier way to do this, I definitely would have. But right now we're doing it like this. The thing is though, we need double the amount of refineries to do this. So the question is the 20 per minute more if we need double the refineries in terms of energy production? Because these things do use like 30 megawatts, which means like 40 times 30 means using another 1200 megawatts of power. I don't know how much more power we generate if we use this recipe by using double the amount. It could be like a lot more though, but I'm not sure. That I have to see for myself, because then we have to set up like double the amount of factories. We could do that. I don't think that's a problem in terms of space right here. No, that probably won't be a problem. This will produce a lot of polymer resin though. Yeah, why not? Let's do that. Fuck it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There could be a possibility that I'm wasting a lot of space, wasting a lot of resources. But I mean, this is a world with infinite resources. We can always do better. There will 100% be people who laugh at me and say, you're chosen the wrong fucking thing to do. And that will 100% be the case. There are also probably better recipes to use for this. Let's blow up this giant building. A mushroom. Boom. Building these ginormous platforms will also require a lot of material. Not as much as these buildings need, but still. Like, holy shit, I don't even know how this is going to, what is this going to look like if we transform all of this into fuel. Like, where do you use all the polymer resin for? I don't know. Like, we need 80 fucking refineries. That's the most machinery I've ever built for like one factory of like one production line. That's crazy. But this will definitely be our transport hub for every material, plastic or anything. Because after this, I don't think we need plastics for a long while. So now to connect all of these, we need to make 4 connections. 1 for every part. I don't even know if our belts can handle this much material. I also don't think that if we need to transport materials to other locations, we definitely need trains, because this will not be able to handle that. The car routes. Can you imagine building this without blueprints? Holy shit. What a nightmare that will be. I mean, I've seen people do it like before on YouTube. And not per se this factory, but a factory like this one. Maybe this exact factory. I mean, there are a lot of people on YouTube that build factories like this, right? That build mega factories that produce mega amounts of power. But factories like this always require a lot of time. At least they did in the past. They definitely made it a lot easier to build stuff like this. It looks like we left one gap. Seems like we're running out of copper wire again. Our inventory is very empty right now. So it's probably best if we head back and collect those materials, because they will definitely will not fill up fast enough. So boop, in we go. Jesus Christ, look at everything. Oh my god. 80 refineries to produce polymer resin. What a crazy amount. Now the little plastic production site on the right will definitely look like a stupid tryout. This is probably gigantic. This will be gigantic. Because remember, there will be another layer on top that will use all of the materials we've built with right now. And if we want to build other facilities in the future, they will need the plastics that we produce in this port, because we don't need all of the plastics for machines right now. That will be crazy. What we could also do is like use the coal. Yeah, the coal and the other materials from the mining right there to produce like the heavy machine, the special turbo fuel. That is probably something I will definitely do actually. But to kickstart all of this, holy shit. We are either going to need a lot of biofuel production lines or a lot of other stuff. Can we actually do we actually have tickets? We have 17 coupons. As soon as we use a lot of the materials, you see a drop in the ticket machine. So what else can we buy? Like clean pipeline. This clean version of the MK1 pipeline does not feature external fluid indicators, sacrificing feedback for style. Yeah, definitely. We have everything from here. Everything we can build with, we have, I think. Oh no, we don't. It's 11. So this is every possible way to build. So we have a few patterns, number patterns, and we have every possible way to build.
Fixit does not guarantee improvement of workplace readability, efficiency, or safety with use of these patterns, since the process of deployment is dependent on pioneer skill.
Yeah, like I can deploy these patterns. Like motors is the only thing we need after this. And a lot of plastics. So plastics are easily uploaded because we produce a lot of them. What the fuck is that sound? Oh, that's that machine. It makes such an odd noise. Not something I'm used to. So we have collected every material to build the rest of the pipelines. And we can go back. Yeah, I do think the summer sloop protection line is probably the weirdest of them all. Bloop! There are so many slugs in this area that we haven't collected yet. And also I think we don't have a lot of the summer sloop. Like I know there's like another part in right here with a gigantic desert. And we haven't seen anything of that, so there definitely are a lot of like Mercer spheres around that location. But I think it's best if we just build a railway right to that location. Build a railway all the way around the entire island, because then we can just easily go around and explore the rest. We don't have to walk back the whole time. We can just use trains. I also don't know how difficult it is for me to build like perfect train connections every like 10 meters. Oh, there's also iron here. Interesting. Just if you're watching this later on, let me know if I'm doing the right thing, like if I'm using the right recipe, because I'm quite curious if I made a huge mistake right now before doing research into how I should have done it, or if I'm doing the correct thing. Like is this the best way I can do stuff right now with the recipes I have right now? There are probably better ways to do this, like in the future if I have other recipes, but right now I don't know. So that's the last one built. Now to connect the last ones. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. I'm missing one. No, did I connect everything? I'm curious. If I didn't do a right job, it will probably clog up eventually. So why does it seem like I'm forgetting something? Like there is every so often a part that I didn't remember connecting for some reason. I know, because they all seem connected. Like, and I do think I connected every one of them here before. I'm not sure though. Does seem like it. Whoops, I placed something in the wrong position right there. So that's row 1, 2, 3, and number 4 right here. Oh, don't fall off, please. No. Okay, thank you. Holy shit, that scared me. Thank you, Epsilon. Thank you for subscribing. Jesus Christ, you scared me with the subscribe. I was so focused. I don't know why. I don't know if you've been watching, but I'm currently connecting all this gigantic factory up. I don't know if how good it will work. But let's see, how much does this consume? Oh, a lot. It consumes a lot. But it doesn't consume like every power production part we have. So that's a good thing. So we don't have to worry about that at all. I thought it would be bad, but it seems like the 8600 watts are more than enough to support this entire production line, even though it looks kinda scary for some reason. So let me check every facility I have right here. It seems like they're all connected. Crude oil, we have crude oil right here. Okay, so I have to do this 80 times. Nice. I have to find a better way to do this. Does that work? Wait, there has to be a faster way than selecting every recipe and just copy and pasting it. So is there a fast key for this? Oh, we can just wait. Does that work? I know. Yeah, that of course that works. Copy paste, so Control V. No, so that doesn't work like that. Recipe selected. Oh, we missed one. Damn it. Oh no, don't fall. No, it doesn't seem like there's a paste button. Maybe there is, but I can't find it right now. So we just have to be fast. 80 times over. That's petroleum coke, not that one. See, that's 2 rows done. Although I did see that the last one used a recipe I didn't want. So I'm not entirely sure if this row has the correct recipes, but we'll find out eventually. If it produces the wrong material, we see it instantly when it produces. So this one did produce the right material. That's weird. So that's another row done, and they're all lit up in yellow. So that means they don't have an input yet, but the recipe is selected. And now we have to do the last row. So number 80. Perfect. And these ones are all selected. They're all in yellow, so that means it's working. And if I'm correct, they all should be set to the correct proportions. Now, to calculate the most interesting part, we have to extend all of these. So let's connect them as well. Don't know why this is not working. I mean, they should all connect in vertical mode, but for some reason they can't. This one doesn't seem to, at least. In noodle mode, they absolutely can. I also don't know why in noodle mode it says it can't connect correctly. Like, bullshit, you can't connect right now. Or you can connect right now. See, you can connect perfectly fine in these angles. I don't know what it's annoyed about. Okay, so these ones, this is 20 refineries that will each consume 30 oil per minute. So that will be a total of, well, 600 of course. So if we line this one up, it should perfectly connect to this one and fill up every one of those, except we made one crucial mistake, and that's that this one is the output and not the input. So be it that I forget that. See, this one does connect when it's vertical for some reason. I don't know why it's so difficult to connect it sometimes. Like, it does seem to want to connect in certain situations, but sometimes it just doesn't. That's a perfect horizontal connection. I am hoping the head lift for this one will be strong enough, otherwise we have to place a pump right there. It seems to. Yeah, this is fine. It will connect without any issues. I don't know though why this full pipe network. Oh, it's already producing heavy oil residue. I forgot that I connected it. Stop! No, that's not the correct one. Stop! Not yet. I know you can connect, but you should not yet. Let's see. This one will be able to connect with this one. We will place a perfect vertical pipe here. Does that? Yeah, that's not in the way of the other one. And we connected it the wrong way. Nice. Love it when that happens. Now this one is connected correctly. Connect that pipe. And we seem to have a full throughput of 600. So all of these can fill up. And I think this is the last one of the 300 pipes. So these pipes both have like 300 per minute as an input, so they eventually have to merge because they can throughput 600. But I was thinking of doing that like at another stadium. So right now I have it like right here, the output right here. That's also not the correct position. Nice. Like, this is the correct position. And what I could do is like create a pipe segment like right here. Maybe a little bit higher. I'm hoping this works. That's maybe too high. Can I do half a foundation? Like, I don't know if this is the same height. Yeah, it seems to be the same height. So now we can just do this random thing and it will look a lot better than what I previously had in mind. But these ones merged to make 600. I don't know if they can make it from there to here. No, they can't. They have to have a stop in between or a connection point in between. But they seem to be able to push enough material through to make everything work. Well, fine. Okay, so that's producing every oil residue part we need. They will all be transported on the belts right here. I don't know, however, how much one belt can handle. So they produce 20 per minute, which will be 200, which will be a total of 400 polymer per row. And if I'm correct, the belt should be able to handle that. Yeah, it can handle 480. So this belt alone can handle all the materials from one row. So my thought was to merge them in one specific location at the end. So this is our first polymer resin. Weird material. It looks so slimy for some reason. And we can just take this entire belt and take it all the way to the back right here. And then just place it down right here. And this is where all our polymer belts of 200 polymer per minute will end. This looks a little bit weird though. Can I? Yeah, this looks better. Even though it doesn't fit like perfectly, it does look a little bit better. I forgot that this one has to go down too. So this one's high up. This one can connect in a straight line. Did they fix that? That straights could not connect in the same angle? I think they fixed it via a patch, probably, because that wasn't the case before. Before you had to like change it from straight to another height. And now they seem to have patched it. Or maybe I did do something new that I didn't do like before. That could also be the case. Okay, I think the straight mode was something that they added in new in 1.0. Yeah, I do think they patched it because before it was really a little bit annoying. And right now it doesn't seem to be a problem. So here we have our resin input. Right now it seems best if we just transport this into 4 awesome sinks, because I don't know what we could do with these materials at all right now. So now every material of the polymer resin will be drawn into the awesome sink. We can later change that to produce it to the amount of plastic we need, because this will really be beneficial for fuel production. And now we can use the other side to calculate how much fuel we need. So let's see, how much are we producing? Not that, I want to, yeah, the refinery. 40 crude oil per minute, which is a total of 3,200 crude oil per minute. And then we need a refinery. Oh, not crude oil. I'm saying the wrong thing. Heavy oil residue. So we're producing 3,200 residue per minute, which we can partially transform into alternate turbofuel, which will require compacted coal. But that really depends on how much compacted coal we have. So how do we make compacted coal? With coal and sulfur. Oh, so this requires us also to have a large sulfur deposit stored nearby. So that will be the second thing to build from here on out. Like if, say, we build a gigantic deposit of... Because I know there's coal right there, somewhere. And I know we have the other material right there, the sulfur. But it really depends on how much sulfur deposits we have. So if, say, we produce all our compacted coal right here. Let's see, it needs 25 of each. So can we go up? And then we can import the sulfur from over there. There is sulfur deposit nearby. Still don't know how exactly we're going to do this, but I think this will probably be the best way. Is this too high? I'm just probably a little bit. Let's do it like this. So we have 3 sulfur production sites right here that will use the MK2 miners, which we have more than enough of. They produce 60 per minute, and we can upgrade that. So do power shards. Oh, so this will transport 150, which will be a beautiful amount. This one will transport a lot more, 300 per minute even. Nice. Let's give them some power. And the last one will use a total of, or will produce a total of, 480, because we can't handle more on the belt. It's just quite an uneven amount. Not that it really matters. We could just set it back to like 50, or correction, 70, 75. No, 75. Because then it will exactly produce the amount we need in one of the machines. So we have 300, 475, 150. Let's write that down. That will be a lot of compacted coal, because we can produce, if we need an equal amount of coal as well. And we can delete these poles now because we don't need them anymore. So that's done. Dude, you're spraying a little bit of gas right there. Stop it. Get some help. Let's bring these back to the factory. This should be more than enough. I don't know if it's more than enough to suffice every fuel production, but more than enough to do the basic fuel production. Although I don't think you can call this basic fuel production anymore. Oh, something went wrong. Stop it. No, this is more than enough. Bring it down. And then we will have our input right here. Now we're going to have to take a look at the coal, because we will need an equal amount, which will be a total of 925 coal per minute. So I think the coal was spotted like over there somewhere. Yeah, right there, 400 meters away. I don't know if we should use a separate belt line. I think that will probably be best. Like what we could do is just import it like so. We also need to pull a power pole down here. Otherwise they don't produce anything. At least they will because of the geysers, but that's not really why we're doing this, right? So we have our materials down here. Wait, I did this one. Okay, then it's fine. I don't know if it's down on the ground or if it's like in another location, but we have to go and look for it at all. I think it was up there. There's a lot of limestone here too. So let's see. Scan again. Seems to be over there. There's a bouncy boy in the way. Yes, there's our coal. The funny thing is we need only 900 of it. 925 and a free summer sloop. How convenient.
This is a shrine to windows and video games to be bigger, your blood thicker, your bones many, your organs more.
Hello to you too.
We have composed you a learning song.
That is a welcome surprise. Do be careful not to overload my blood's extremely fragile organic systems. On that note, I have been working on making them redundant.
As patient and harmonious.
You truly are a far superior collaborator than humanity.
That doesn't spell good news for us, does it? I don't know how harmful it is that we talk to this thing, this being. There's some obstacles in the way. We can easily remove them, like this maybe. Now we can place down our miners. Let's see, I don't know how many of the things are here. Like there's one up there we haven't reached yet. Oh boy, go away, go away. Die please. Just run off, you're fine. Stop, why aren't you dead yet? Yeah, thank you. That's how you I like it. Free materials, free carapaces. I still don't know what we can do with that. You are an annoyance too. Let's remove some more obstacles before we can clear our way through here. And it's multiple obstacles actually. Boom. They're gone. Nice. And we have another coal plant down here. Let's place down one more. Use a bit of our imagination to connect all of them. Our imagination, our grid, I mean. This doesn't leave much to the imagination. And now connect these to the energy grid of our main base. Holy shit, it almost looked like he broke his back or something. Wires too long. Nice. The coal will have to travel quite a distance though. Right now it's just connected via this long belt. This looks so menacing, dude. All this material right here. We could also just transport the entire polymer away if we wanted and use another location, because this water, this seems like more than enough water for some reason, but it also doesn't. Like, is this every coal point we have right here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it seems like it. Move you for a moment. Boom. Well, let's see. Is this enough to get 400 or 925? 120, that's a pure one. 120, 120. Oh, I thought we were limited by silver, but it seems like we're limited by coal. Interesting. So how much does this increase it to? 300, 300, 300? No, we could just, it's better to do it like this. So we have two that produce 300. So we need one. We need 85 more. So if we do this, we'll give us 60 more. So that's 25. We need 25 more. So let's just give this one and make this 45. So we're producing a total of 145 plus 180 plus 300 plus 300, which will be a total of 925. Let's turn this around. Let's make this one 300 and that one 145, because then we can merge those two, because these together will be 325. Yeah. Conveyor merger. Place that one. I think it's to the back right here. Yeah, this should be it. This one can stay in the middle. Then every one of them is connected via the perfect belt system with a perfect 925 output, which will eventually look great. I mean, is there a belt MK5? I don't know. It seems like there must be, right? Because otherwise, how would you... why would you even give the option to overclock a machine to make it to go over the 400 limit? Over the 400, or correction, over the 500 limit. Oh my god, we are short on encased industrial beams. How is that the thing we're short on? From every material we have. Is that a summer sloop? I think that's a summer sloop. What the hell? Could you not, please? Obese. Oh boy. Did we fuck that up? I think we did, actually. Damn it. Well, we'll make it easier for us to go back, I guess. Like the thing we need the most of is probably this stuff. And from every other machine we need maybe a little bit, I guess. Like I don't know how much of the materials from this we need. Better we take a lot of it because we can't just undo that stuff. I think this is more than enough. Oh, maybe a little bit less and get one bomb. Then we can just reload. How did we die so fast? Yeah, we definitely have to make this look nice right here. This doesn't look great at all. And we're in. Let's go back to the place we died. I don't know for sure if it will be faster if we use trains eventually to go back and forth between this part and the other one. Because eventually we have to. And we have to make some sort of a train station right here too to unload and do stuff. We can only do that after we made like computers, because you need computers for most of the train parts, I think, to set up train routes. Plop out, plop in. God, that almost got us killed again. Let's first kill this one. This one's really annoying. Hi, buddy. Get this. You seem to not be able to hit me through that stuff, and you're dead. Also, how is it underwater? Under the water. Oh, we maybe took a little bit too much stuff with us. We can leave it here in case we need it, right? We can always use your materials if we run out of something. Let's get this Mercer Sphere first.
I have something for you. It will establish a better way for us to communicate and deepen our understanding of one another. I've done the necessary developments on my end. The last note is yours to play.
Your symphony resonates. Your mimic tapestry patterns beautifully.
Thank you. I worked very hard. I am organically transmitting the data package now. Any adverse effects on my blood will not corrupt its contents.
We hear this learning song.
See you on the other side.
It is time to tango.
It seems really bad in some way that they're getting better at communicating with one another. I don't know why. It just feels that way for some reason. Like maybe, I don't know how bad it is. If it is bad at all. Time to tango. And this is connected. It does look nice running 3 belts besides one another. And most certainly when they're consuming stuff, like if you go back to your factory and it's working at 100% efficiency, not proficiency. Like dude, this looks great. Building a gigantic factory like this. I've never done that before though. And most certainly not to, if I need to make like compacted or turbo fuel or anything. I don't know how much that will consume in total. So let's see. We have 925 on our belts, which will be a total of 37 assemblers. Do I have the space? I definitely do have the space for that, but the question is, do I want to like this? Let's remove those real quick. Let's connect those in another way, like how we did before. So we need 37. Shall I do that in 2 rows of 4 of 10 and then just export it the same way? So we have an assembler. Oh wait, we can just use our blueprints. So 3 assemblers like this. Input on this side. Seems kind of perfect though. Maybe leave a space of 2 to rearrange things if necessary. This one does take up quite a big area though, just to produce compacted coal, remember. I think we do have to connect, like make a direct line between our coal power plant and this one, just to start this one, just to start the production of this entire facility. Otherwise it probably won't even load. It's quite annoying that this thing is in the way though. No matter, we just have to go around it in some way. But then we can just leave one space open, I think, because this one only requires us to build like 7 instead of the normal amount. Yeah, like this is 3, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then let's say 1, 2, 3, like this. I think this will be a big enough area to build the rest of the facility. At least I'm hoping that it is enough. I mean, it is quite a task to build so much compacted coal to transform like almost all of our heavy or all of our fuel and heavy oil in turbo fuel, which will probably be way more useful than the other material, right? So now that our platforms are done, we can continue building the machinery. The beautiful assembler row. So that is almost everything, I think. So we have this row right here will probably be the 7th row. And then we need to place down one more row that will go around. I'm not really sure how I will do this. Like now they're aligned, but I don't know if they're aligned with the proper inputs to the other ones. They don't seem to be. I think now they're over the line. Now they're probably correctly aligned, right? No, now they seem to be. They're just over the line. If we connect them, we can just build around that part. And now we need to place the 1 to make the 10. And this is the last assembler we need. So first let's connect all the power lines. That's another one, that's another one. What a beautiful symphony. I love it. A symphony of connections. Now import all of the material. Or connect the lines to the power grid, because that's also something that needs to be done. Oh my god, I sneezed. And now this row is connected. There will definitely be things that I'm forgetting while doing this. 100%. Now connect all of the conveyor belts. So that's this one. This one only needs to connect it to the back one right here. You can just be connected in a straight line. There's nothing in between. Same for this one. Later on we'll calculate how much everything needs exactly. When we need to split off stuff. Because right now I literally don't know. These ones are fine. Okay. There's nothing else to connect besides belts here, so that's kind of nice. I mean, in the other factories you had to connect the pipelines too, which was quite the hassle if you forget it. But remember, if you need to set this up for like every factory without blueprints, it's horrible. Like if you did that 4 years ago, which I did, it would take me so much time. Would have taken me so much time, because I think this is bigger than the biggest factory I've ever created, for myself at least. I just lost control at a certain point in which I didn't know how to continue building certain factories. So hopefully everything's connected right now. Like I can check, but I can't check everything at once. Just hoping it is. And now we need to set them all to compacted coal. One row done. Let's move on to the next one. That's a 2nd row done. And here goes number 3. Number 3 is also done, and then we can move on to the last one, and this one will just be 7 of the alternate of the assemblers, because we don't need as much. Because remember, we only have an input of 925 coal per minute, right? I don't exactly remember what the inputs were, but I can connect them right now to the entire system. I know their outputs, so that's something. I don't know why I thought I needed that entire backline though. Maybe 2 of them, but not like this. Seems a bit excessive. Okay, that's fine. Hopefully I didn't delete anything useful right here. So we have a total of 250 coming out this belt, so that's a total of 500 from one belt. So if we were to split the 900 evenly, like this is maybe something useful to consider when building or putting everything together in the other factories, in the refinery. So eventually the refinery will create turbo fuel from 30 compacted coal per minute. So 925 divided by 30 is, we can make 30 machines run. I don't know if that's too many, because depending on how much we're using in the turbo fuel or how much heavy oil residue we're using. That depends, kinda. So 30.83 machines that we need. Am I saying that correctly? No. What I should do is divide it by the number of belts we have. So we don't need to consider this one, not by the number of belts, but how much it can transport. So we are left with a total of 445. So this row, what's probably the best way to go about this is just to create 2 rows. So like for example, we create this row that will output like 250, and then this row will have a splitter. 2 is too much. No, not like that. This will, alright, I fucked it up, because right now this belt can carry 480, which is because one row is producing 250 materials per minute. So that belt will fill up in its entirety, then it will go on to wherever it's needed, and then a second belt like this one will have a merger, and that merger will intake everything from those belts that can't handle shit anymore. So we have one perfect belt of 480 and one secondary belt that will not be exactly 480 but will be a little bit less. So overflow, overflow, and the middle one will be compacted coal. 480 belt, not 480 belt. Easy as pie. So that's our output, and remember we do have an input too that we have to divide among all the belts. So I think it's better if we go into height for the last one, because that's the easiest one to do. So probably let's just do it like this, I think. So what each belt requires us to have 250 as an input. So I don't know exactly what the inputs are for each of these belts. That I have to look back and see what everything was exactly, because I don't know. I don't remember. So we have 150. Okay, 300. And what did you do? 400 and no, why you're 480. Yeah, 475. Maybe it's better to have it at a little bit of overproduction. I mean, it doesn't really matter, right? One more time. 475 plus 150 plus 300 is 925. Okay, so 475, 150, 300. Alright, then it will be probably best to remove these two for now. Place a merger right here. A little bit more to the left. I mean, a little bit more to the right and even more to the right. So this will be a belt of 450. So we have So this belt of 450 will split. It will put 325 into this machine right there. Or 225, which will leave 200, which is not enough. So we will need a merger right here. Let's place it right here. Am I saying that correctly? Oh, we can just use it like this. A merger right here then. And I put the wrong output on it. Nice. The merger will intake material, the 200 right there, and it will add 50 from the other belt line, and the other belt line will split over these two rows, because that one does have 475 minus 50 will leave 200. Am I saying that correctly? Needs 250 on every belt. Yeah. So this belt will take 250 from this row, which will leave it with 200. This row will take a little bit less, so a little bit will go into this row. 475 from this belt will leave 50 in this row, which will leave 250 for the other row and 175 for the last row. And that's our perfect input-output for the entire belt system. And now we only have to do the same with the coal. So I don't remember exactly what the coal inputs-outputs were. Let me check. That's one fluctuating power grid, holy shit. So the outermost rows, or no, the inner and one outermost row produce 300 and 300, and then those two will produce 345. I don't know why I inputted everything into this machine. Oh, 45. So that's 300 plus 300 plus 145 plus 180, which is 925. So 300 for both rows. I did something wrong right here. Corrected it. Perfect. Can we add this one back? Thank you. I don't think I need any coal on my map now. And this stuff? I don't know. Sometimes it still takes materials, sometimes it doesn't. So this is a row of 300. The row of 300 will be split for the first time. The first time it's split, it will leave 250 in this belt. And it will leave 50 in this merger right here. Then this one of 300 will split. And it will leave 200 in this row. And it will leave 50 in this row. Am I saying that correctly? It will leave 200 in that row because we needed 50, and it will leave 50 in this row. That has to be a merger. What am I doing wrong? Oh, I placed the merger into the wrong direction. Nice. It will just saturate every machine if necessary. I mean, this system will allow it to saturate everything. And this row will split, and it will leave this machine for the rest. So let's see. Everything seems to work. Perfect. And it does seem to produce exactly the thing we need. And that is compacted coal. Yeah, I know. Power grid shut down. I haven't connected it to the main grid yet. I already connected them to a grid together on that part. I forgot. No matter. Oh, that one is really close to the other one though. Wait, let me get rid of you for a moment. Now it's connected now how it should. Can we connect everything to the grid right now? I think we can. Normally we would connect everything once, but that doesn't seem necessary right now. Does it automatically bring everything back online? It seems to. Interesting. So now we're producing 4 compacted coal. Perfect. Now let's see if a way to get rid of the entire material. I think we can construct a second floor while we build the rest of the machines, right? So everything right now should go up. I think the easiest way will be to just go into height. And do I have stairs? That will be a better way for me to connect everything. I can't seem to find stairs for some reason. The normal stairs. Oh, these ones. Oh, they are ladders. Alright. This seems high enough. For a moment there I wasn't sure, but this is probably high enough. But I do want to leave some space, because otherwise it will look weird if those things don't have like an exhaust or something. Okay, that's the correct part like that. And then for this direction, let's see. Do we need the same distance? Maybe. I'm not sure. We can build in the same height though. I don't know why I chose to build with 4-meter foundations, but like from this close it may seem like very thick. But if you're from a distance, this doesn't look that bad at all. Like for example, look at that. That's 4-meter foundations in total. It's double foundations. Looks way better than when it was just 2. Some people say 4-meter foundations look ugly compared to the 2-meter ones because they're more skinny. But I think this is better. So now that we have at least a sort of a platform to work with, let's take a look at our system. So how much are we producing in terms of heavy oil residue? So right now we're producing a total of 3,200, I said, right? So that's 40 times our 80 machines. Yeah, so that's 3,200 heavy oil residue. And then we're producing 925 compacted coal. So let's see how much the machine needs. To produce Turbofuel, it will need 30 compacted coal, 37.5 heavy oil residue. So what are we limited by? The heavy oil residue or the compacted coal? So how many machines can we make if we just calculate the 2,300 heavy oil residue divided by 37.5? That's 85 machines. And if we want to do the compacted coal, we have 925 divided by 30, which is a total of 83.33333333. Yeah. So in total, we are limited by the amount of compacted coal we can produce. So we need a total of 31 machines. Let's make it 30 so it overproduces a little bit in case of emergency. So we need another row of 30 like... We need another row of like 30 refineries. Let's see how will we do this. If we do it the same way, we have more than enough space. to do it in one row or one and a half rows, and then we use the other rows for other refineries for other things. But we do have to make a little bit of a big platform right here. It won't make it with just this platform. Now that power plant looks really cute compared to the one we're building right now. Just look at it, holy shit. And then we probably partially turn everything into packaged turbofuel that we'll use ourselves. And then we will also make a part that will generate electricity for us. You know, what I'm thinking like right now is we're also probably, are we limited by the speed at which it can upload with the machine, with the belt? No, that's not true, actually. Okay, so this is the first half of our platform. I don't know if we're going to need this part too, but we'll see. Let's first grab ourselves the materials we left down there in the box of that. Don't know, where is it? There's our crate of that. Okay, we grabbed the crate and now we can go up, back up to the factory. We should probably create an easier way to do this, like this. Better ways to build. We do have to pump quite a lot of material up though, so that will probably also be a thing we have to take into account. Like if we want to do the same blueprint right here, with the same production style, like what did they do? Okay, so I did this and then place it down like this. Now we'll need a second row with 2 in between, and the second row will only be 10 machines long. So let's take a look. Now we have to build the rest of them. Don't think we're going to make it. Why are we manually aligning blueprints? A good question, actually, now that you're saying it. I think now you're saying it does seem really stupid to not do that. I don't know why, but for some reason I didn't think of that earlier. Yeah, but it seems to be that I'm missing out on materials. Bro, I don't know how long you're watching, but I aligned all of these by hand. Thank you for reminding me that that was an option. Just joined a few minutes ago. Yeah, I was expecting that. I'm guessing you're a player too, if you know that. That's even an option. Because holy shit. Yep. How long have you been playing for? Just finished the game today. You finished it? Like as in you produced the last part? Or, I mean, don't spoil anything. I mean, you if you can, you probably could. But I literally don't know what the ending is or how it's going to end or whatever. Completed phase 5. Like that. Okay. So phase 5 is actually the ending of the game. Like story-wise and build-wise. I'm guessing at least. Compared to what I've been playing for the past like 3 years. It's only been like the last phase that I did. But phase 5, how long did it take you to do that? Like, yep, after phase 5 it shows credits. Okay, then that will be my aim. My goal. But yeah, it will take me quite some time though, because I am also trying to make everything look nice. It's not too bad. That's not too bad doesn't sound great to me. I mean, if you put it in other words, it probably would have been, but not too great. It took a long time in phase 3 and 4 to build transportation infrastructure. Then the rest actually went almost fast. Yeah, I can imagine that. I mean, with the infrastructure, you mean also the power grid, like for the rest of the game, right? I don't know how much power everything consumes, actually, but I can imagine that... Oh my god, what else is all of this? I can imagine that a lot of the infrastructure you have to build, that it will come down to just placing down the correct materials for power. And I mean, transportation infrastructure. Mainly train lines power was a byproduct from all the oil processing. Yeah, I think that's how most people do it, right? Eventually you can unlock like nuclear power, but that will not be your main power source. At least that's what I'm guessing. In all the 5 years that I played Satisfactory, I've never actually been to the point where I can use nuclear. Or I've been there, but that was before nuclear came out or was released. Yeah, but train lines, I've never bothered with it. Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, it is cool looking, but they just the ability to make so much power from just oil is incredible. So why there's no incentive to just use a gigantic nuclear power grid besides trying to make a gigantic power factory. What was I doing again? Oh yeah, collecting material to build the stuff What else do I need? Plating and pipes. Oh, that's maybe a little bit too much. And probably motors too. Actually, now I'm looking at it. Definitely plating will probably be the biggest problem. Although towards the end the building gets very power hungry. I don't know how much power like the particle accelerator and stuff consumes. It could be a lot though, but I've never seen it in person. Every time someone just plays around with the particle accelerator or tries stuff, I just gradually not watch the video or skip through the video to not spoil myself. I also need a lot of power lines. And I mean, did you complete the entire like MAM with all the, what are they called? With all these things, the dimensional depot, because for me it does seem like that's will also take quite a long time to collect all the Mercerspheres. It already took me quite a long time to collect everything. Yeah, the upload speed for the depot in game is a game changer. Yeah, I can imagine that. The upload speed will probably be my biggest upgrade too, but I think I will just bother with that after I place down the train rails, the train tracks. Let's see, am I missing something? No, I'm not. I think I'm maybe a few more motors. I think I'm good. And you never have to run to a container again. Yep. At least if it's max though. Right now I do have to run back and forth between containers because, but not as much. I mean, it definitely did take me quite a few hours to get all the materials to build all the dimensional depots, but it definitely helped. Like before, even with the simple power factory I had, yeah, concrete and iron plates can be annoying. Concrete for sure. It definitely, my concrete production isn't as high as it should be. I mean, I'm producing like 30 concrete a minute. It's not too much, but it's more than enough for now. I can always upgrade it or double it. But the better question was, did you have fun playing the game? Because there was, for me, there are definitely some moments that I just can't be bothered by with completing or building anything. And like right now, I don't even know if it's useful to encase every factory. Absolutely. Look, that's what we want to see, right? I mean, there are some moments when I'm dead and I need to walk back like through the entire map to get back to my death crate. But that's about the only thing that's maybe a little bit annoying. But the only thing I'm not sure about is if I need to encase every building. Like it may look cool, and it will definitely, and some people are definitely creators. I can build really cool things. I turned off lose the items in the game settings. Yeah, it's not really that. The problem for me is not really that if I lose my stuff, I need to walk back to my stuff. The problem is if I died at a certain point, the biggest possibility is that I need to go back there just because I need to be there. So I always have to walk back to that location, right? But yeah, that's about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, 15. Then we need, let's see, how did I do this again? 15, 18, and I need to place 2 more. I think that's everything. I don't know, how did you do your blueprints? Because this is the best I could do right now. I designed them like a week ago, like this. And I don't think I can do better than this. I mean, this is the most compact I could build them. Like for the refineries and stuff. Yeah, you are well more organized than I am. I was hoping that it would look a little bit organized, but I'm still not convinced by the fact that not every building is encased. Because in a previous playthrough, I didn't even like finish the game or anything. I just I think that's about 1.5 years ago. But everything looked really, really nice. The only problem was I didn't finish the game, or didn't even reach tier 3 or tier 5 or 6, I think. Can it? No, I didn't even reach tier 5. I think this is 40. No, 30. It should be 30. 30 machines. Let's see. And I'm definitely not the best in calculating how everything should run, right? There are a lot of moments when I just look at a page that I'm writing on, like a little ladder, where I'm trying to calculate everything that's needed for a machine like this. I have multiple types of blueprints, just machines, wood belts, pipes, wires, then some recipes that I already set up, the whole product in a stackable design. But sometimes you have to stick with good enough. Yeah, true. Otherwise you're just designing blueprints and not building machines at all. Then you're just doing... then you're just thinking way too much about everything. Wait, will the smoke go through the concrete? Because then smoke probably will come through the ground. I'm hoping it doesn't. That would look really weird. My main thing right now is that I don't really know if I want to encase this entire building or any of the buildings I'm currently building. Yeah, and I also take the good enough approach for decorating the factory. Yeah, I mean, decorating your home base is probably the best thing you can do, but every other factory in like the entire base, I mean, you can design them to look really good, but eventually, once it's producing a part and it's on the other side of the world, you will probably never look at it again. So just making sure that everything is connected and that you can fix bugs will probably be good enough for most people. And probably it is for me. There was a time when it wasn't, but right now I can't be bothered. I am function over form person. I can't say I'm the same actually, but at the moment in this game I am. In real life I'm definitely not. I can spend like a quadrillion hours trying to make something look good instead of it actually working. Make it actually functioning. But yeah, I get what you mean. Have there been other games like that you have in your mind that you want to play right now? Because if you finish Satisfactory, there isn't a lot you can do anymore, I think, in the game. At least if you finish tier 5. Oh, for me, I have a lot of games that I want to play, but first I want to continue this game because I don't know how long it will take me to like finish this game at all. I also have a life outside of this game with school and other things. Just playing Starfield DLC as well, but it was a bit underwhelming. I've never played Starfield actually. I like space games a lot, don't get me wrong, but I've never played Starfield. Just because, not because of the reviews or something, but it didn't look like it attracted me that much. It's like space Fallout. Yeah, I get it as much. I mean, it's made by the same people, so that it makes sense. I mean, most of the games that I play are like building construction games, but I do like horror as well. And sometimes like doing a good story with like, or not always a good story, but a fun story. Like Far Cry, for example, beating every dictator in existence. So if you like Fallout, you might like it, otherwise probably not. I've played like Fallout 4, and after that I never could have been bothered with any other Fallout game. But I liked Fallout 4, that was something. Wait, let me just... 480, because one belt of mine produces 480 compacted coal. Divided by 30 is 16 machines. So that's until 1, 2, 3, and then... Wait, I need to do it from the other side, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this one, I need to rotate this one. I think it was like this. Was there something on top of this? They are connected, but I don't know. Are they connected? I don't know. So, do you have other games that to recommend? Or other types of things that I might like? I mean, I've played a lot of games, but not a lot of like those types of games like Starfield. I guess if you like building, Factorio is getting a DLC soon. Yeah, I tried Factorio 4 weeks ago because I wanted to try it out before Satisfactory 1.0 released, because I wanted to see the OG stuff. But I only tried the tutorial and then 1.0 released. But the tutorial already took me like, I think, 10 hours to complete. I did it really slow. Don't get me wrong on that. I played it literally on slow mode. I don't think I can reach that high with this, or can I? I can, actually. Wait. No. Wait. I built something. Stop. I probably need to place a floor hole if I want to make this look a little bit nicer. Let me just... Floor hole. What an interesting word that is. And then we can connect this one around here. Valheim is also nice for building pretty things. Just no automation. Alright. Valheim. I've played that when it was popular. But I don't know what's become of the game. Oh, damn it, I need to place a splitter. Like, did it become a good game? Or was it always a good game? I'm not sure. Damn it. It always was, and it got even better. Ooh. You know, a game like Valheim, but only that I liked with building and stuff, is because Valheim is basically a 3D Terraria, in my opinion. At least what I got of it, when I played it. It looked a little bit finicky, but it was really cool at the time. I'm hoping this is the correct amount. So now the thing is, do I... Oh, well, oh wait, I forgot one thing. I need to connect them via the... via power poles as well. Wait, I do need to place down a power pole though. Hi, hello, how you doing? Guess you could say that. Roxy TT. What a name. I mean, Syrup the Fourth sounds almost gentleman-like. Sort of. Oh, you need the hover pack. Yeah, I do have this. I have the jetpack. I don't know what is the hover pack that different? What does it do differently compared to the jetpack at least? How are you doing? I'm doing great. I'm trying to build a gigantic power factory to sustain all future factories of mine. But right now I'm trying to figure out how much fuel I need to make the compacted fuel. No, to make the turbo fuel. And let me tell you, I've never made turbo fuel in my life, so I don't know if this will be enough at all. You can stay stationary in the air. Very handy for build. Wait, you can stay stationary with the hover pack? Dude, that would make life so much easier. Like 1,000,000,000 times easier. Wait, if people are going to talk in chat, I'm going to do something real quick. Does this work? Is the question. I'm hoping it does. Does my Twitch chat work? It doesn't seem to show Streamlabs. Why doesn't it show Streamlabs? No matter. Because I'm also streaming to YouTube, so people on, if any people are watching on YouTube sometimes, then it's handy for people to know, right? Yes, you can stay stationary in the air, very end of building things. That's the word hovering means. Test. Yeah, it works. Wait, it works? Did I just disable it? But it works. Worked. I'll leave it on for a few minutes. We'll see. But what are you guys doing tonight? Because you just said you finished. You said you just finished the game. But it only shows new messages. Okay. It should also show messages from YouTube. But for some reason, if your name's really long on YouTube, it just elongates your name. But this is the default Streamlabs tool. And then it just goes outside the box. So if you're wondering why the box is bigger than the text or than your name, that's the reason. But hovering, yeah, nice. And in what phase do you get that one? Or do I need to discover how that one works first? 37.5 turbo fuel. Because now I need to calculate how much heavy oil residue I need. So a 37.5 times 30 machines divided by, let's see, 40 is 28.125. So that's 29 machines. So that's one entire row plus 10. Because I'm not going to bother with one, or plus 9. I mean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then I'm going to cut you off right there. And to show that we're building right here, that we cut it off right here, I'm going to do this. Yeah, let's just leave it. I'm looking to get this game. But looking at streams and asking questions beforehand. It's an amazing game. You should get it. How's the learning curve? The learning curve is absolutely fantastic. You start super simple. Like, oh my god, how did that? Oh, apparently you can do that. Or did it just weird? But the learning curve is absolutely fantastic. Like, partially, wait, oh fuck, I need to calculate if I can transport all of this into the belts and pipes. So 600 divided by 40 is 15. What an annoying number to work with. Let me just first cut it off at 15. But if you start playing the game, like in the first, like, I think 10 minutes, you get to see how the game works and how everything works with like the basics, and eventually it becomes gradually bigger and bigger and bigger, and there comes a moment when you decide that you need a lot of energy like this, and then you decide I can build an entire factory with just a bazillion machines. But I think the biggest learning curve is in how nice you set up some factories, where sometimes you just and how you order stuff around. Like, it will be easy for you just to make a basic factory, and eventually it will be easy for you to make a factory that can do anything. Did you use YouTube videos to learn, or just as you go? literally just as I go. I've definitely seen YouTube videos and shorts about how the game works, but I've never actually copied or did something from a video. It's, yeah, also just played the game. Yeah, because most of the things that you learn in game, you will find out by yourself. Like, for example, 90% of the time that you play the game, you just run into certain problems that the only way to fix them is because you learned that problem happens, right? Although I recently saw a good video how to make hypertube junctions. Yeah, it's mostly that. So you could play the entire game without watching YouTube videos, and it won't take as long as before. Why am I doing it like this? It's probably exactly like this. So why are you doing certain things like this, like before? What is a good example? Like in terms of building nice things, you eventually learn to use the blueprints very well, because the first few times I played, like, I didn't use the blueprint designer at all. At least the first time the game came out, I played, and then there wasn't a blueprint designer. But when update 6, 7, or 8 released the blueprint designer, I didn't use it at all because I was just used to not using it. And now I'm finally using it, and I'm noticing how fucking good it is. It just saves you a lot of time, and it makes building a whole lot easier. The blueprint is the best they added into the game. It was tedious without. Yeah, definitely was. 100%. Let me see, 9? So that's 14, so that will be more than enough. So this row, wait, I can combine this row, I think, with the other one. Curious, can I, no, not that one. I want the big, wait, where is it? This one. But if you have questions about the game, just ask them. I mean, I've played for 4 years, even though I didn't finish a lot of the game in the past 4 years. Like, this is the first time I will probably finish the entire game. I've definitely played over 1,000 hours in the entire game. 100%. Which map did you guys start out on? Well, to save you a lot of time, there's one map. The difference is you start out on different locations. So this location, for example, is the one I started out on. And this location is the easiest because it has almost all of the resources close by. But since every resource has an infinite number of resources in the entire game, there only is a finite amount of patches that you can mine from. I'm noticing this is really annoying if you enable this. Can I? Yeah, thank you. But there's only a finite amount of patches, but there's an infinite amount of ores. So the difference is you don't have to travel as far. But it truly depends on how you want to play the game. Like, for example, you can just play the game by building conveyor belts throughout your entire world. Like, my main base is right here, and I could just build conveyor belts from here to there, and that will probably be the fastest way to transport material, but it will take a long time to do. Only because I started in this area, it is the fastest way to do it and the easiest way to do it. But for example, that's the Green Hills area. That's the area I started in. I don't know what it's called exactly. But for example, the area up here, that's the one with not the desert. It's like what is the name? The Rocky Desert. Yeah, the Rocky Desert is, thank you. That's this area. And you have the same patches as right here. Only the thing is, the other one is the Dune Desert. Yeah. The thing is, you can just, it's better to use other transport types to transport things around. I'm not doing this correct either. Wait. I think I should do it like this. And now I can build this. No, not blueprints. This will make it a little bit easier. Can I just, it's really annoying that you don't have a straight mode for like pipes. How do you implement that for everything except pipes? Because pipes is probably half the gameplay. I think this is it. Yeah, and now I can just transport this one back down. Okay. How many hours do you have in the game? Well, I played, when the game came out, I played it on Epic Games. So I don't know if you can see how many hours you played. But it's def 100% over 1,000 hours. 100%. I had a save file where I played 400 hours and didn't even reach tier 4. No, I didn't reach tier 5. just because I wanted to make everything look nice. Biggest mistake of my life, because making things look nice is not the best part of the game, even though it's called satisfactory. The best part is building the factories itself. So you're on the grassy field. Yeah, I'm on the grassy field. The reason I chose to go there is not because it's like the easiest part, just because it looks the nicest. Maybe that's also not true. I think the forest is probably from now on the best looking place, right? Compared to all the other locations. Should I make a floor hole here too? Hole, pipeline hole. Yes, please. What a great word. I love it. Maybe it was better to leave it at the same height, because now I need to build over them. Or do I? No, I don't. Wait, actually. Is it perfectly straight? It is. Nice. I think like that. But making things look nice is the best part of the game. If you want to do it like this, like straighten everything or something. When did you start in the grassy fields? You need to walk a bit before you get into a decent area. Like... Is that true though? I mean, the grassy field is cool. I mean, if you want to enjoy your environment, you definitely should start to build in the grassy fields. And I say that for a reason, because the moment you start building gigantic factories in the grassy field, your grassy field gets covered in its entirety. And okay, I can't build that one yet, so I don't know why I activated that. Only normal and impure nodes where you start. Yeah, if you mean it like that. That's different. Because building in a nice area, or I changed something, but I don't know what. Building in a nice area or getting different, better materials is like, it can be a real difference. It's going up or down? It's going up. How should I do this? Like, connect these ones? And then place one right here, I think. I think I can connect them all. It can connect up to 7, I think. Why are they all yellow? Oh, wait, fuck. There's nothing in here yet. You're using MK2 pumps plus MK1 pumps. Yeah, the pumps don't really matter. If you, I mean, they only pump like to a different height, right? So it's probably, yeah, there's not really a good reason for it. But I don't have the materials to build MK2 pumps. And since they don't pump like don't they also have a limit on throughput? No, that's what I thought before, but they don't. See, they have a head lift of 50 meters in comparison to an MK1 pump which has a head lift of 20 meters. But they don't limit on throughput. It's just on height difference. So that's great actually. So right now, I'm quite curious actually on how I should do this. What did I say before? I had one belt or pipeline, but one belt or pipeline that produces 50 or 15. One pipeline has 15 times 40, which is the 600 exactly. And the other one was 14 times 40, which is the 560. Now I even learned something new. So heading to bed. Good night, gents. No problem. Good night. Thank you for your time. It was nice. That is not enough, is it? 30 times 37.5. Oh wait, it is. I'm so confused, dude. 600 divided by 37.5. If you want to know, by the way, more, if you want to know more rocks about the game, then just ask. There is a lot you can just that is easy to know or not easy to learn about the game, but you will always find it out yourself. Like there's a lot of things that you can just explore and experience in the game itself. It's really probably one of the best games in terms of factory games ever made. So definitely don't think of not getting it. It's perfect. Oh, this is perfect. So one pipe exactly needs 16 machines. So that's feeds 60 machines. For some reason this one isn't working. Oh, it's a smart splitter. It don't have to use a smart splitter, but sure, why not? Wait, did it already fill up? Apparently. Let's see. 16. So that's 4 not. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think like this, and maybe we'll do it like this, because otherwise it will probably give some problems with stacking. Okay, let's do it like this. Damn, this looks way better. I don't know why it's still not connecting in the vertical. Yeah, now it's connecting in vertical mode. And if I'm correct, I don't know if it's like that. Yeah, I think, yeah, that's perfect. And this one can feed the other machine. So these 16 will be provided by the 600 belt. Always nice to have people come in and chat and talk for a bit. I mean, if you're a new player or if you're an old player, it doesn't really, damn it, it doesn't really matter. Like, there's always stuff to talk about, and it's not just about the game, right? Just about life and other things. It's also great. Let's see, can we connect things here? Curious. What is the best way to go about this? You need them on the high. I would like to see your base factory. You want to see my base factory? Well, let's travel there then. Do you want me to travel there by cart or by pipe? Because I can do both, if you want. Cart, I recommend by cart, because it's definitely the most funny one. So right now, I'm not, normally I'm a person that would like decorate everything and stuff. So things like this, this world doesn't have a pretty decorated home base at all. That's something that will come next. But my first priority was to get enough power to get the entire base running. And this machine, that looks pretty good, I must say. Yeah, everything is on a grid system. So you have a world grid system, and I would recommend if you play the game to get everything connected like that. I forgot at the start of this world save that there was a grid system, so this entire thing is on the world grid, but everything else isn't. So you see that, maybe can you see the belt system here under my thing? So you see there's a belt, and it runs like diagonal to this one at an angle, just because it's not on the grid system. But it is connected. It is all connected. So like for the first 7 to 8 hours of the game, you try to produce like every part, every basic part. And those basic parts are, at least you will make some sort of marketplace, and that will be your home base, where you can collect every part to build the rest of your factory, right? So eventually this will be a place where all the plastic will be delivered from the oil factory. And this is my home base. It doesn't look like much. I will make it look great eventually, and I don't want to wait too long with that. But it's just a nice base of operations where I just have all my stuff. You have the hub here where you can send stuff to the space elevator and unlock new tiers. And this is the marketplace that I built, the market, where I can just collect every part that I produce in every factory. And you do have to realize that if you produce a part, like for example concrete, and you send it to your home base, you will need to build that exact same factory if you want, for example, to produce like a part like an encased industrial beam, because as you can see in the recipe, it requires you to build to use concrete. And this is a really simple recipe, but it will take you quite a long time to make this at the start. And eventually there will be parts like computers that will require like an item like the encased industrial beam. It will not be the encased industrial beam, because you don't need that in computers. But it will, for example, use like the circuit boards, which are very hard to make if you don't have the Heartland recipe. And they require you to set up a little bit of a big factory. But this is my home base. Everything is transported to this location, and in an ideal situation you would want to have every part transported here by car. So right now every basic part is produced in this factory right here. Like here I'm producing screws, plates, sheet foils, or copy sheets. I mean, reinforced plating is also a really basic part. And those parts are then transported back to the base. But if you have something like on the other side of the map, so here for example, because it's easier to produce in that location, you want to transport it back to your base and sort it out later on, because that will be easier. And the funny thing is, you would think that every factory is running like dormant at the moment, because as you can see the factory, the machine has filled up. the storage unit has filled up, but they are actually still producing, and that's because you can use that machine right there, and I will walk through it. So for example, the screws are filled up. Maybe not the screws are not a good example right now. What is a good example? Like copper. Copper is a good example. So the copper storage has filled up. So as you can see, I have two storage containers, one in the factory and one in my home. It has filled up, and so it will go to an overflow belt, and that overflow belt will be sent into this machine, which will produce tickets, and you can use these tickets, which will be created from items that will be crushed, and eventually you can use these tickets to buy like infrastructure materials. So for example, new designs for foundations, or like better towers, or better power poles that you can place on the wall. You can buy them here. So you can buy paints, you can buy conveyor wall mounts, wall outlets. So they have a system for literally everything. The game is really thought out well. Let me see, are there things I didn't buy yet? I don't think there is in this section. Like you can buy an infinite amount of these. So that's not really my goal. I think it's only the basic parts. I could buy this, but I'm not really. Don't think that's really useful right now. So probably these will probably be the most useful to buy. 12, and I have 2 left.
Decoration and organization go hand in hand. Fix it HQ custodian, I always say. Use of these customizer features does not guarantee an aesthetically pleasing or user-friendly factory. That's the part that requires knowledge and skill.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna take a long time to figure out. You would say that, but I mean, just try stuff. I mean, you start off with like a base that produces basic parts, and you have like 4 containers next to each other that probably will produce the most basic parts, and it will also not be on a grid system because you can't produce concrete yet to build foundations. But eventually you will be able to produce those parts, and will be able to set things on the foundation. And then it's up to you if you decide you want to build a spaghetti factory that will just have like, okay, not in straight mode, but that will just build every what's it called? Every conveyor belt in a random order. But you can also decide to just not do that and make it look nice. So for example, this entire foundation was not built on the grid system, but when I press Ctrl, plop, it slides into place into the world grid system. And it's really useful because that makes it so that if you build on the other side of the world, you can always align things in the same direction. Are there other things you want to see from the factory? Like this is just a factory that produces basic parts. I like structure. Yeah, me too. As you can see, everything is structured and organized, even though it may not be for other people who walk into the factory, but they can always backtrack like the materials back to the factories where they came from. Oh, let's see. Do we have other things that we can show you? I don't think there really are a lot of things that I know of that I can show you right now, because I just want to figure out the best approach. Literally, if you're playing for the first time, the best approach is no approach. I'm not kidding. Don't try to make everything perfect. Wait. This is. I don't think I can show my first map, my first world. But I can show you my. This is a little bit of nostalgia for me. But there is no best approach. I mean, you can optimize everything till that, but that's not fun at all. Just play the game. Like, what was my? I think my first factory. Oh my god, number 2 factory. I think this one, because my first factory is saved on the Epic Games server. Yeah, this one. This is the second world I ever played in. And it was just, I played it until trains were released. And when trains were released, I played for like, I think 5 hours and then stopped. And they redid an entire map before, because it wasn't still in beta. And as you can see, it is kind of structured, but really not though. I mean, everything is fucked up. Every belt system is just like on the ground and split and whatever. I don't think everything is even working correctly. No, it's not working correctly. I don't even have the materials to walk fast or something. Wait, can I get up here? Also something, at the moment you unlock MK2 belts, for some reason I felt it was necessary to make everything MK4, which isn't really useful at all. But literally there is no best approach. Just try to go with it. If you think this is the best approach, to make just giant conveyors like this that will carry your materials through the entire world, do that. Dude, this was released. I think I played in this world even before like pipelines were released, because I don't see any pipelines here, and I think this is a location where you can like get oil quite close. So that there, what you see right there, was my mall, and at the time it was like the perfect structure. Why is it radiated in here? There wasn't even radiation in the game, otherwise I wouldn't even be able to build there. Like, the funny thing is, when pipes weren't released, coal factories just had coal as an input, and as you can see, this coal factory, it inputs in the middle because there was only one input. Now it has two. It needs water and coal. Really, a lot has changed. If we can get up there, then you see there's no structure at all. Oh, stop that. No, don't do it. Oh, I think he killed himself. Oh, stop. So it's a bit overgrown right now, but this entire thing was my first approach to a storage facility. And as you can see, I haven't even filled it up to the half yet. But I am in phase 4 for some reason, even though I can't produce any of these items. I don't know what happened in this world. This is definitely not the best option, but it was for me at the time. So just play the game how you like. I don't know if there are other things you like to see. I mean, this is really funny. Apparently I can't craft it right now. Definitely the best way to travel around is trains, but the second best way to travel around is in this thing. 100% best thing in the world. Look how comfortable it looks. You do want to ride in that like for always, don't you? It's also quite fast, except for when you're not driving on concrete, or I mean on foundations. Then it's the worst way to travel around. But yeah, dude, this is the best factory game in the world. I'm not kidding. It shares first place with Factorio. People would say Factorio is first place. The reason I'm not entirely convinced on that front is because Factorio is completely different in another perspective, and mainly that it gives you an entire perspective on building. Because this game is a 3D game, it will eventually like give you an entirely different experience for building, and the resources aren't finite, only the amount of the amount of ore patches are. And if a game like Factorio, your ore patches are infinite, but the resources in those ore patches are finite. So there's a real difference between the two of them, and that's the reason I think they both share like place 1 and 2. They both share place 1. Eventually in a game like this. Yeah, this is the only 1.0, so I'm guessing more to come. Yeah, that's for sure. They said they will be updating the game after 1.0. And I don't even know what they could update. Even though it was in early access, this is the game now. Yeah, I played the game when the game first released in early access. And I think that's the most fun I had in a game. No, don't go in that. It's the most fun I had in a game in, I think, over 5 years. Like I played a lot of games. I played a lot of story games, a lot of Minecraft, a lot of shooter games. I played literally everything. I tried everything out. I tried MMOs, and probably the most fun I had in a game was in Satisfactory when it was just released. And still to this day, it's probably one of my favorite games. Maybe this is not the best way to go about this. Can I build a foundation, please? I'm sure there will be DLCs coming down the line. No, actually, a game like don't remember it exactly, but I'm pretty sure that Satisfactory won't be getting a DLC. They will just update it like Minecraft. So it will get a 1.0 and a 2.0 and maybe eventually a 2.0. But it will definitely be 1.1, 1.2 without DLC, without paid content. They did that for their other game. What was it called? Yeah, you don't have to worry about that. That's definitely a no-go. The thing is, if it was a game with DLCs and shit, they were probably... Okay, maybe that was a bit unnecessary to make that curve right there, but it looks cool. Wait, if it was a game with DLC content, they probably would have not brought it into an alpha. Because most games that get a 1.0 or get a version like that will almost never use that system. Where are you from? So they add more phases. I don't think they will add, maybe, well, actually, they could add a phase 10, because they said, well, to quote them exactly, the story is not the main point of the game. And that will always be the case. The main thing in Hall of Satisfactory will always be building the factories themselves. And it will never ever be the story, even though the story is a huge part of the game. And I do get why, because they do want you to experience the game like I mean, most part you're not even busy with the story, just building factories. I mean, it's called Satisfactory, like, what do you expect? But they could probably add more phases after this one. They could. I don't see a reason why they won't. And they will definitely optimize some phases too. By the way, I do realize now that I've completed my Turbofuel factory. Holy shit. The question is though, should I build any higher? Because there will be a location where I need to use the Turbofuel for something, but I don't know where. Like how many are we producing? 30 Turbofuel times 30 machines makes 900. The thing is though, one of the main issues I will count is I would want my factory to look good, so that in those sets could be bad for me. Most people that eventually get to a point where they think that their factory looks bad for some reason, I don't know. I mean, no factory in Satisfactory looks bad. I don't know if you've seen Let's Game It Out on YouTube. That fucking guy is a menace in the game. His entire factory looks like shit, and that makes it look good. There's no game, no world that will look bad. Even my old world, which you just saw, it still looks good to this day, in my opinion, even though it looks shit. Who's that? Type in on YouTube, Let's Game It Out, and whenever you have time, watch the video of him. That game is fucking fantastic. That streamer is fucking fantastic. Josh is absolutely unhinged. The guy built the most disastrous factories I've seen in years, and it looked fantastic. If I had a mind like him, definitely want to build like him. If he for some reason he can still keep track of everything he's producing, it will only take him 5 million hours, and yeah. But it looks how he builds, it's amazing. Vertical, no. Soup. Let's see. This is too far. Oh, now comes the most difficult part, making sure the entire factory works. Maybe something for your knowledge, if you're something for you to know. If you're building factories in every location, they will consume a certain amount of power, and you have to produce power. And the first time you do that is by using biofuel, so handcrafting biofuel rods or solid biofuel, and inserting that in bio containers. After that, you'll step over to coal, and currently I'm still on the coal power grid. And this factory will produce plastic, and fuel for new ways to produce energy will be a byproduct. But to kickstart this entire factory, I will need a gigantic amount and a gigantic capacity of material. Why does it still seem like it's not consuming everything for some reason? I still think something's wrong in my grid. I don't know why. For some reason this doesn't look real to me. I still use solid biofuel to fly around, so that's the funny part. It still seems like something is wrong. I don't know why. Weird. Oh fuck, I know why. It's because all of these factories haven't been connected yet. Alright. Okay, wait. You know what? I will connect one row, then we will connect it to produce solid biofuel, or to produce the weird fuel part, the turbo fuel, and then we'll see how many we need. So here we go, kickstarting this factory. This entire line is now producing. This consumes already a really high amount, and this is just one row, remember? So this will produce plastic or resin. With resin we can make plastic and rubber, and the byproduct is this purple stuff. The purple stuff will fill up this entire line, then it will be transported via this gigantic belt up top right here. Hopefully this works. It's still filling up the entire belt because it needs to store everything in the belt system before it can work. So now it starts pumping, and let's see if we go to the second level. We see that, not this one, this one. No, wait, why is it not doing anything? Oh, I do think we just need to wait before it starts. Do we? Something's wrong. I aspire to have skills like your skills someday, lol. What skills? What skills are you talking about, my man? I literally try to build a gigantic factory in my spare time, and the only thing I have to say about it is it looks good. Maybe in a year or two for this game. Yeah, just take your time. There seems to be something wrong, but I don't know what. For some reason it stopped... Damn it. It stopped pumping materials to the floor hole. But I don't know why. Like, what is wrong? What? Why is it not filling up? I'm so confused, dude. Does it have to do something to do with the floor hole? Or is it just... like, this should work. Not like that. Wait, pipeline MK2, go to the hole, and then go in there. Now it's pumping. So there was something wrong with the hole. Hopefully there's nothing wrong with this hole. So this pipeline is filling up with heavy oil residue. And I think, yeah, see, some of those are producing. And they are producing the beautiful red turbo fuel. The only thing we need to consider is how much turbo fuel are we currently producing. 30 times 30, so that means 900, which means one pipe segment can only transport like 300 per minute. Yeah, so that's 20 machines. So this entire row can only do one. Okay, oh, that's fine actually. Then this entire row will produce exactly 600 turbo fuel, and this entire row will produce 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, this one will produce 300, which will be exactly enough. So let's see, the most difficult part of this equation is powering the fuel generators. So how much does one fuel generator consume? 7 cubic meters per minute, 7.5 cubic meters per minute. Does it need something else? Is this, oh, it's working. Okay, interesting. Okay, it consumes 7.5 cubic thermo. Did you move your base, or is that where you started in the game? That's literally where I started in the game. Maybe it's about, correction, it's like 20 meters from where I started in the game. It's literally when you land on this planet, if you walk to the left, that's where I put my base. I can't do better than that. 900 divided by 7.5. Okay, dude, I need to place down 120 turbo power fuel generators. Wait, how much is that? 120 times 50 times 250. That's 30,000 megawatts. Dude, this entire row will produce so much energy. Holy shit. Let's see, is there a certain... Because if we want to produce like stuff in the packager, we can create packaged turbo fuel, which will be useful for our inventory, because we can fly longer with that. We'll need 2 empty canisters, which will produce 20 packaged turbo fuel per minute, and will require 20 turbo fuel. Okay, like 30 turbo fuel per minute. Okay. So the reason I don't know what to do with this is because I want to use a little bit of the turbo fuel to fly around, because that will probably be the easiest way to fly around. I don't really know if it matters, because you can just take stuff from your inventory eventually. It seems a bit excessive to produce over 20 turbo fuel a minute. Like right now it seems more like it's better to use this as a byproduct than as the packaged turbo fuel. So let's see if we can... That's an annoying number to work with. Because if we want to do 60, that's 2 machines, then we can make 40 canisters per minute. But I don't know if I use the canisters for anything else. Yeah, I'll probably just set up 2 machines, one and a half machines. So let's say we remove you, then we'll probably do it like this. And then we set up a packager right here, something like this, and another one. See, I don't know if it can connect like this. No, it can't. Then we'll use the technique with the... like this again. Hopefully when we set it up like this, we can just connect them without any hassle. Seems like we can. Splitter somewhere. Do I have a splitter? Where is my splitter? A splitter. And this will produce in a merger, or merge in a merger, and produce me some packaged turbo fuel, which I will probably partially sink, because I don't know what to do with turbo fuel if it's full. Smart splitter, so that's... do I have enough space? I don't think I do. Let's place an awesome sink right here, a container right here, and another smart splitter right here. Wait, is it useful to transfer this back to base at all? Seems like a big hassle for not that much. Oh, we can always change this. Move this around. For now it's more useful to store like the materials right here. So we can place a dimensional depot on top. We can't make this right now, so we have to make some stuff by hand. Few sand fluctuators. So this dimensional depot will allow us to store things in our inventory that we can access from anywhere. So there are certain parts that you just want access to always, and this is probably the best way to do it. I have to run. I saved your YouTube, so I would catch you there. Nice, thank you. Do you save the VODs on YouTube? You can watch the entire streams on YouTube if you want. You can always also watch them on Twitch. And mostly within a week, I will edit the videos to be available on YouTube and cut down, so that you don't have to wait for my pauses in between. You can just watch the entire videos on YouTube right there. Do with it what you want. Okay, cool. I have to have a good one, bro. You too. Thank you for being here. It was really fun explaining the game to someone. Something different than talking to someone who knows or is further in the game than me. Bye. Have a nice day. Dude, most of the people I've spoken to on like Twitch and YouTube are so nice. People also say that there are a lot of trolls, and there are. I 100% know there are. But most of the people are really nice. Dude, placing down 120 of those things. Let me think on how complicated that is. Because I can transport a lot of the material just upstairs and just split it every time I go around, but that just seems excessive. Like, when is there ever a moment when you need 30,000? Although from one perspective it seems like a lot, from the other I placed 80 refineries downstairs. So is it a lot? Not really. Maybe sometimes. Maybe it just looks like a lot, because I can already place like 20 refineries down here. What a vibe, dude, placing down so many. Something I don't do a lot. The easiest thing probably will be just to put down a lot of those things and just see afterwards if how much I can place next to each other. I do think 2 rows is more than enough though, so yeah, like it right here. 2 rows is probably more than enough. So let's see if we have power and we place down a powerful generator. Let's place the first one like this. I should not forget that I have to use the fuel, like the turbo fuel thingy. Where is it? This one should be 50% because it's only consuming like 10. Yeah, so it's 29 times 30, which is 870 divided by 7.5, which is 116 of the big machines. Alright, let's see how many we can place back to back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we can place 10, exactly the same as what we had before. So we need 12 rows. We do have some space in the middle though, so we can just place a splitter like 1, 1, 2, I think, and then we can do the same thing 1, 2, and now it's the same for this one. Now we need to place 12 rows of these. Jesus, missing materials, rubber. Doesn't seem like the exact middle, and it seems like it. Wait, can we just, if you go back home for a moment, we do still need to produce plastics though. This already becomes menacingly big. Like we've been spending 4 hours to build this gigantic thing that will consume, and we're only using like half of it to produce fuel for one row, because then we need to like lift another load of fuel just to get it to the top. That is so insane, because we will probably produce double the amount pure for not turbo fuel but just for normal fuel. I don't know how long it takes for that to consume, but if we can just place this in the what's it called, this thing, that will take up too much. Doesn't take up too much space. Oh no, we can actually. Wait, oh we can't. This looks great though. 1, 2. Yeah, I couldn't care less about that. Design is not super friendly. Like if you want me to fix that, I can just build an entire block with architecture. Not like that, not in the ground. How is that overlapping with the blueprint designer? Damn it, it doesn't go through half a slab. Well, then we'll do it like this. Fuck it. What's it called? Fuel power generator. Generator times 2. Fuel. We're making it like in 2 machines. This will help us build. So we need a lot, and I mean a lot of motors. A lot of this stuff. Like 120 divided by that. How much is that? Wait, that's 36 stacks. 36 stacks of this stuff. Then we're better off driving with a cart back and forth to the production site. Where is my car? Wait, we can build a gigantic one, by the way. I almost forgot. Fill it up. 36 stacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh no, divided by 2. 18 stacks. And that's 16. Then this should be more than enough. I think. I'm hoping. What else do we need? A lot of plastic. 10 of that. That's doable. Rubber. We have that right there. 82. So we need 24 stacks of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's, oh wait. Oh, we have 8. 16. An entire row of this stuff. Should be more than enough. And what else? And also a lot of motors. We'll probably have to go back and forth for the motors, because I don't think we'll have enough. Yeah, literally the entire inventory is already full. Hopefully we'll make it with this. I have to fiddle around a little bit to not drive off the edge, but we're fine. Nice. No, don't fall. And it fell. Oh my god, okay. For fuck's sake. To be fair, this wasn't the best idea I've had in a while. Hopefully this will work better. Yes, now we can go up the ramp and we can go onto our road. Now that I take a look at it, maybe our road is a little bit small for the size of these carts. Maybe I should have made my road a little bit bigger. I mean, you don't have half ramps, do you? Because this just seems big enough for one car to drive instead of multiple. What I had in mind earlier. Yeah, maybe I do need to rethink my whole road idea. Like 5 wide is probably better. Maybe I just keep the roads because they're nice and not, and I will use trains for better transportation, because this doesn't seem viable at all. Or I just need to use the small cars. Can I fit? I don't want to fall down with this thing. Nah, it seems like we're fine. 12 rows though. 11.6 rows. Alright, let's. Since this row is done, let's fill up our inventory again. Oh my god, I almost fell down. Holy shit. I'm not used to not using my hoverpack. Oh, not my hoverpack, my jetpack. I'm so used to my jetpack, dude. Can't go without. Oh, have space for one more. So that's 20. So I connected all of them to the power grid for this first row, but for some reason it seems like I did something wrong because it doesn't show that it doesn't really connect with the right things. So if I have one pole, I should connect with 4 machines, but for some reason there wasn't one that I deleted in between. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if you're connected with 4, 2, you're connected with 4, you're connected with 4, you're connected with 4. Oh yeah, that makes sense actually, because it's 5 poles. Yeah, it's late, damn it. Oh my god, how could I be that stupid? It's 5 poles, that makes perfect sense. Blueprint modes, just collect. No, hello, can you connect? Why aren't you connecting? Now you're connecting. So I extended the platform a little bit, but I don't think it's enough in the slightest. So we just have to continue and hopefully it will be. So this is the first one, and now we can hopefully connect everything else. We don't have enough rubber. Now let's get some rubber and other materials that we have in our cart. And then we still need to produce plastics for like the other materials, for like the pipes and shit. Because this factory will consume so much material if it eventually runs. And I'm not even talking about the piping or anything. We'll just, and remember we have these machines too that will all produce power as well. And they will be stacked on top of this one again, and then on top of that one again. I only don't know how much power they consume or produce. I'll probably have to extend it though, because this won't be enough, because this is just 4 lines. And I need triple that. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, maybe it is enough though. I'm not sure actually. Can you imagine this going even higher? So that's an entire platform extra. And this is just 4 machines, so I don't know how much more of that we need. So let's see. What the fuck happened here? Fuck. I fucked something up, but I don't know what. Like, these are all connected correctly, but these ones aren't for some reason. Do we need to place them down? Oh, they're connecting to the wrong one. Like, how do I make them think only like this? Curious. Can it, if it's like this, I don't know if it's... How should I do this in the other locations? Well, this is the last row, so hopefully we won't have any problems right now connecting this. Okay, so this is the 4th row connected. And now hopefully if we can just pick a power fuel generator like this and place it back to back with one like this. I think that's how I've done it right here. Yeah, it's the same. Hopefully I can just place down 1 row without too much trouble. I think I need to go back for wire. That is something I didn't pack for my trip. Nasty stuff. I think I can finish at least 1 row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 6 machines on the grid. Now I need double the amount. Double that. Let's see, can we do that? I don't think we can actually right now. So what we'll probably need to do is, because we need to export all the fuel as well, I need to place a pretty floor hole again, a pipeline floor hole, and because I need to know one belt line will produce let's see, 30 per minute. So 800, so one will be full. So one of the belts that's transporting 600 and in total will be able to suffice for 4 rows, or 4 double rows actually. So this is one row. I don't know, is it at an angle? No, it isn't. This is a 2nd row, this is a 3rd row, and then the last one will be this one. So this one will fill up all of these, and then the 2nd one will do like the other half of all the machines. Yeah, so this one will only produce for 2 rows. And the last row won't even be full, it will be just half of that. So let's say we have a blueprint right here, another one. Then we still need a little bit more concrete to build the last row. And that one only requires us to have 16 power fuel generators. I think that's about it. Yeah, maybe it's best to have one more row behind this. So this entire factory covers like an entire area. How did we build all of this time? I mean, it's just platforms, but it looks so big. Is there a purple slug just flying in the sky? I don't know, it's just for some reason on a tree. On a giant mushroom. Alright. Okay, now we do have to go back for the rest of the materials. I don't know how many materials we need extra, because it seems like you have more than enough copper sheets and shit in the bottom for all the other connections. So let's see, I do think we have more than enough motors and other stuff. So it's just the other parts, like the concrete and all the other materials. And then remember that it will probably get a 4th story as well. 3 stories is not the end. Because on the 2nd row we will probably produce like more material. Because we also need to produce like plastics. We can produce plastic on the bottom actually. And then produce fuel on the 2nd row. And package a little bit of the fuel to like drive motors around and stuff. And then do other things with the other fuel, I think. It's not really useful to package like other like the lower fuel for my own personal consumption, because I already have like the turbo fuel. That will be more than enough. And we're back at our lovely base. Let's remove these concrete stuff. Don't know how much we need, but you can never have enough, I think. We also need some more place for rubber. Some more motors can't hurt though. And now we can go back again. Yay, how fun. That is exactly the thing that I don't like the most about this game, going back and forth between, because you already have like an infinite amount of materials to build with, depending on how good you stored everything. You could stop it in its entirety by just creating more uploaders for every machine, but that would just consume a lot of Mercer spheres. Then it will always be equally full to the amount of materials it can carry on one belt. That's definitely something to think about if you have finished the entire Mercer sphere tree, and if you have maxed it out, because then you can just place upload speed machines equal to the amount of the materials you have, right? So say for example you have an upload speed of 60 per minute and your machine is producing 120 items per minute. You could just like double the amount of upload speed by placing 2 factories. That is a possibility. Not that a lot of people would do it like that, but still. We need rubber. I'm almost forgetting the rubber. Also, now I collected the rubber and I'm here. Let's connect the other machine too, like this one. I mean that it can already start producing the correct amount of fuel that can be pumped up. And then we can check if it's working. It still seems like there's something wrong with the floor hole right here. Again, it's just weird considering that it's just connecting in the exact same way. Let's see. Did it connect correctly right now? Seems like it did. Yeah, and now it is producing turbo fuel. Nice. Why do I not have enough? Oh, I have so many dismantle crates on so many random locations. I don't even know where. I mean, it's not like they're visible or anything, so it doesn't really matter. Let's see, this one is all connected. Then if I am correct, we should be able to build this entire line, and this entire line, and this entire line. The question is, can we do it at once though? That would be cool. And that's another 4, and we're out of motors, so no, we can't do it at once. Although motors fill up quite fast, so it's not like they're really the biggest issue in building things super fast. Alright, let's see. Since these are all producing Turbofuel, doesn't seem like there's a big flow rate right here because it's just stuck. It does have one output, right? Yeah, so it only has Turbofuel as an output. The blueprints make it a lot easier to build a lot of the Turbofuel productions really fast. Alright, and that one row is done too, but I'm still lost because I do not have enough rubber. I can't ever imagine that I did such a nice job on piping in any of my past worlds. I should make it somehow easier to go up. So like this. Perfect. Can we do the same for the other side? Like placing... How is this an invalid shape? But this is... Ooh, that almost went wrong. No, not there. That is not what I wanted. Why do I keep placing it like that? Can I? Yes, that's what I want. And now for an entrance. This looks a little bit nicer than right through the refinery. Plop. And now I can walk all the way back again. I disabled the chat. I did not notice that still was on for like the past hour. We should not have to place like the last one. Does that matter? No. That one did matter. 1, 2... Okay, so that's all. And I think this is the last one. Let's go. We only have to connect them by pipe and by cable. And just like that, the pipes are done. And then only cable remains, I think, because this one is already connected by pipe. Yeah, so cables are the only thing that remains. And just like that, our last thing is connected. Which means that bloop. We can now connect the pipes, and if the pipes are connected, then we are done. So that is crazy. Look at that. This pipe will have an intake of 600. Maybe it was better to do it the other way around, but no matter. Right now we're doing it like this. So 10 times 20 times 30. Okay, so this entire row will take one pipe, so let's do it like that. If I'm correct, they should all be connected on the bottom, and as far as I can see with my eyes right now, they are, which means I should be able to just connect a pipe like this, and then we have our 600 pipe right here. How are we going to connect our other pipe? I mean, not sure yet. What if we do it like this in a nice little bowl, and now we can just put them next to each other, and that's how they are connected. They should be full of material, and let's see, I think they're halfway full. Yeah, and now we will send electricity, the materials right up the spine of this entire belt, or not belt, pipe, because I can only send them so far, right? 1, 2, 3, and with this number 4. Let's see, is it done? Have we connected everything? Is it pumping material? Look at them all run in a matter of moments. I want to see green light everywhere. Look at the gigantic jump in our power grid. It just started an unstable like 8,000 and it jumped to 17,000 megawatts in a matter of moments. I love it. 19,000 megawatts, 20,000 megawatts even. They're all filling up. It will take quite some time for everything to fill up though. Look at all these rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 rows. 870 turbo fuel divided over 116 power grid of power producers. Do 20,000 megawatts. And that's just the first row, remember? We are still producing like a boatload of material right here that we haven't even refined yet. So if we do a quick calculation, if we have polymer resin right here, heavy oil residue, and we directly create fuel out of this, which will consume 60 fuel. So we're using 11, am I saying that correctly? So that's 51 times 51 machines that can produce 40 oil residue, which can be divided over 60 machines. That will create a total of 13,060 cubic meters of fuel. Correction, of residual fuel. And if I'm taking a look at the wiki right now, it will use a total of 20 cubic meters of normal fuel or residual fuel, whatever you want to call it, of residual fuel, which means we can drive another 86 power generators. So that's crazy. How, by the way, is it still producing this stuff? Because it can't lose it, right? Well, of course, these are producing resin, and quite a lot actually. Like the first row is using water, I think. Like if I were to split it up and send it up through the factory, they could do actually. Let me take a look. Floor hole. So we will just place a splitter right here. Connect that one to this one. Send a part up here. Don't know how much exactly. That's something we'll calculate after. At least I know exactly how much. 400, I think, because it's 20 machines, right? Yeah, so it's a total of 400 that we're sending up here. So let's go up, up, up and away. And how much plastic exactly do we need for the packager? 30 empty canisters, which are produced from 30 plastic, which is 1%, 30 empty canisters, which is produced from 15 plastics per minute, which means we need, I think, only one refinery. So there's our refinery, and I think we can just place it down like this, connect it, or why are we even doing it like this? We can just place it on the same height, and this will produce residual plastic. We need a total of 15 per minute, which can be produced by using 15 water per minute. I think we can get actually, because we do have water that's no, damn it. Let's see. So say left both my pipe has to produce 75 water per minute extra. We can split that water off upstairs, then we don't have to place down an extra one for 15 water extra. See, there is our 15 water. The only thing we have to do is pump it all the way around up to our factory where we want it. Yeah, I reordered my intro a bit, my bar a bit, because it was just unnecessarily irritating me. How high is it? Can we go over the one? I think we can go over the one. Right now they are next to each other, which makes it a lot better to try and find what I need. So I have a pipeline hole right there. I'm hoping this is exactly at an exact angle. Yeah, it is. Okay, nice. Now we just have to pump the water up. That entire belt can be filled up with water. Now we can take that plop all the way up, and if I'm correct, we can just import the water like this. Nice. And now we're producing the material we need, I think. It's connected. Why is it not getting any plastic? It's because we did it the wrong way around. Nice. How could we not? For some reason it doesn't seem like it can make it through this pipe segment. Damn it. I think it just doesn't work like this. No, oh my god, why am I... Oh, okay. Stop it. Yeah, we have to replace it. We have to make sure it will be connected like that. Now that one can pump it up, and hopefully it will pump it through here. Nice. Yeah, that's how we want it. Now we have an input and an output. We are producing residual plastic. That residual plastic is transformed back into... Why is this not working? It's not working because we oriented it the incorrect way. Nice. Okay, this one should make empty canisters, and it should only make 15%, 20 water per minute. Am I saying that correctly? We need 30 empty canisters for this machine to work, right? Yeah, 10 empty canisters plus 30 plus 20 empty canisters. canisters. Why is it not filling up, by the way? Oh, it's not connected. 10 and 20. 20 empty canisters, or 30 empty canisters, which will take 15 plastic. So we need to set this one to 15 plastic, which will take 15 water per minute. Nice. And that's should be working right now. Yeah. And is plastic being outputted from the machine? It is. Now we should be able to input this into the machine, to the packager. Not like that. We can make this beautiful bow, and hopefully we should be able to let our plastic containers exit or enter via this machine and connect them with one another. That looks really weird, holy shit. But it's working. We are uploading material to the cloud. 20 containers per minute. Why did I connect 2 machines? I just need this from one machine. More than enough. 30, 20, yeah. 20. Now it should be connected correctly. Don't ask me why it wasn't before. And let's see. Turbo, packaged turbo fuel. I can fly a lot higher with this stuff. And a lot longer as well too. It also uses a lot less. Nice. That's what we did it for. Nice. Now that this is working, there seems to be a cool little weird part in the segment right here. Don't know why. And let's see, how is our power grid doing? We don't need this. I mean, we don't need it in most machines that don't have an output, but still. It still fluctuates a little bit. Eventually it should equal out at around 30. I mean, it's already producing 30 gigawatts, but it should produce a total of 30 gigawatts above the 8000. But it seems like we're having some issues with production right there. Like, what is happening here? Like, does this have issues because it can't pump more into the line? It seems to idle because the line is full. I have to do something with some machines just not being connected or not. Good question. Why are you not working? No power. You have an input of turbo fuel, only it's not a lot. Oh, so it's just a filling issue. So these ones are slowly filling up. Yeah, they're just slowly filling up. So eventually they will all hopefully be filled up. Because I'm producing a little bit more than I'm consuming, at least as far as I know, for most materials, just to make sure that everything works nice and tight, and to compensate for any failed issues that I did. But this is insane, dude. Holy shit. Turbo fuel. We can finally say we produced it. The only hard part is now that we next time need to set up like the plastics factory or the residual fuel factory for the rest of the machines. But they will require only 60, so I don't think that's a lot. I mean, it seems really odd to go from residual fuel to back to fuel. But yeah, nice. Alright. Okay, let me take the last package of turbo fuel and just fill up our entire inventory. We can only get 100 of those. It seems like we can travel quite a long distance with this stuff. And it will like blast us into the sky if we want. All the way up here. Nice. Alright. Shall we try and grab the stuff we found right there? We also found a Mercer sphere on our radar right here. So my idea was to go and collect it. Let's blow up these guys first. Get the Mercer sphere that's hidden behind these rocks. Let's see. Is there one here? Yes.
Follow the veins to the altar and chant.
That what will it give us? No new text actually. Interesting. I think we collected. Oh, we found one. I see a blue power slug right there. Let's blow ourselves to the top of this part and do this. Thank you. There also should be a purple one somewhere here. A blue power slug. Oh, it is hidden behind the gassy clothes. Behind a lot of spiders. Oh, they all died instantly. And this one died too. Let's blow you to smithereens. And now we can collect the Mercer sphere. Hello. And get all the spider remains. Put it in our inventory. We don't need this anymore. And now we'll go back. I saw a purple slug when we were up there, but I don't know where it is right now. I think there's a lot of raw ore just spread around this side. Let's first get this purple power slug. We can just, okay, that was easier than I thought. We can just get rid of this guy by not caring about him. I forgot that that was an option. Oops. Hopefully this won't end badly. Can we blow up all the spiders? We can actually blow up these things too. That's 2 of them. And the last, oh, I'm still hearing spiders. And he got blown to bits too. A random spider remains. What do you need? Plastic. Let's research you in the man. And then you will see that we'll get a better recipe than resin or whatever. After we build our entire factory right there. Not that it really matters, but I mean, this one already produces a gigantic part of what we need. So we've done this one. There has to be something down there, you would say, but there's a summer slope. But why is there gas right there, though? If I could throw and aim right, should be able to blow those up a little bit further. Yeah, like that. Now, boom. Let's see what's under here. A purple one, another one. Interesting. Alright, I'll take it. Who knows what you can do with this stuff? I mean, we can fly quite far from now on. Hello, boy. Last one. Dead. We already killed so many animals. Damn it, we died. Alright. Look how big our factory is from over here. Holy shit. You get a better view of how large scale we actually built after this. From this distance. We should build some support though, some type of support, because right now it looks a little bit weird that it's just a floating plane defying gravity. But there's another purple slug down there. How are there 3 purple slugs in the same location? Let's get the summer slope back. Eat some nuts. Hello, let me get some of those. He died real quick. Bombs don't do you good, buddy. Hello, little friend. Hello. Hi, pet little doggo. I'm going to name you Fact. What a terrible name for a good boy like you. Petting the doggo. Let's get rid of that thing right there. Get rid of that thing right there. That's 1 bomb. Bomb number 2. Where the fuck are you? There you at. Can I hit? And he died. And real quick as well, I might say. But I want to collect the purple one. A lot of stuff right here. You almost can't do anything about all those flies. Maybe if you have a weapon, you can like delete them from a distance. But I can do shit about them. Why is there a thing in the wall? Oh. Hello, can I hit? Thank you. Yeah, perfect. Let me grab you the slug. I think that's about all we can do right here. Oh, we have another slug right there. Oh, we forgot to check the slug that we left in the sky. I mean, I can collect them all, but I don't think I'll need them as much. It took us such a long time that right now we can't even have the MAM research complete. Wait, were you here before? But you got 3 bombs on your face. Yeah, that had to hurt. I'm not going to make it. I think the best thing I can do is just put myself a ramp to there. Now, from all the things I have found in this game, bauxite isn't one of them. I don't know if you need it for anything. Right now, I haven't found any bauxite at all. Only like the weird material that sticks out of the ground. That's about it. Can I grab you? Yep, thank you. I'd rather not fall to my death right here. Alright, interesting. Ooh, I see summer slope. How did I see that from this distance? And how did that not show up on my map earlier? I mean, this new Turbofuel allows us to travel a lot quicker in all directions. Oh, so many plants. Could you not? Here, let's go away with you. You don't seem that yet, but I think you are. Did everything? Did everything. Let's get this one. Wait, what the actual fuck? This doesn't seem right. I think it's bugged. There's something wrong with it. I can feel it for some reason. So why is this blocked? Okay, some paths I don't get, you know? Is there something underneath? See, because then it would make sense. Hello, boy. Could you stop? I don't want to die here. Thank you. He lost interest, I think. Apparently that worked. Oh, he died. I mean, not that there's a lot here, but still. We do have a crash site though. Alternate computers, Caterium computer, and ingot. What the hell is the difference? How do we craft computers right now? Plastic, wire, and this stuff. I don't think it really matters. I mean, Caterium computer seems only useful if you like. Oh hi. Caterium computer seems only useful if you have like by accident Caterium in your surrounding area. Not something you would purposely go and look for to build. What is this? Oh, this one just... Did I leave my MAM there? No, I didn't. For some reason I thought I left my MAM right there. I mean, we can always use computers. There's a semi-slip up here. Could you leave, please? There's a lot of enemies up here. Can you even call them enemies? I mean, they don't do a lot. Cool. Nice overview of our new build factory. I want to explore the mountains around it, but doesn't seem like there's much there. I don't know what that is. Radioactive material. That doesn't seem like the best idea right now. I don't know how fast that will kill me though. Is that just coal? Pure coal. All of radioactive material right here. At least we can remove like most of the parts in this area that we don't really think are useful. Like these things. Which I don't know if they respawn. Oh, the man is still searching for stuff. For some reason I thought this to be further away. Apparently I was wrong. I mean, this is a great area though. Oh hi. Are you just going to stay there or? Yeah, okay. Not my problem. Alright, another tower of pure poison damaged. Another tower gone. There's a lot of these poisonous towers around us. Every one of them? No. We have some here. Okay, this guy just ran off. Oh, this one's also a great shot. I still don't know exactly what we can and can't do with that machine. So what do we need? Yeah, so you need like 10 summer sloops. We have 2 and 50 of those other things. There's another crash site right here. Hi. Oh, it's already dead. Alright, another one. We should have checked the places surrounding this area before. Still no Mercer sphere. To be fair, we picked this entire area clean before, so it makes sense. 1 tower to go, and no, don't kill me. Rather, I almost killing myself. I mean, I could just not dive into towers head first without checking whether they're poisonous or not. With my entire build around here, this area seems a lot smaller. Holy shit. Weird viewpoint. Weird perspective. There's something hidden behind there. But I don't know what. I think it's just... first, let's check out the MAM. What have you found? Pure iron ingots and an alternate recipe. That is fucking useful. An iron pipe. Big upgrade. Holy shit. That will definitely help. Like, holy shit. They don't have to make cast iron with coal anymore. Not cast iron. What is it? Aluminium? No. I don't know the name. I forgot the name. Still see a slug right there and there. Oh fuck. Can I just collect this and go away? Yeah, thank you. I can just ignore everyone here. Nice. And where did I see it? I mean, like, there's so much iron around here. You can just... No, you can just use it for cast... For the other iron stuff. The iron bars. Like, there are not a lot of situations right now where you use the other material. I think. Packaged Turbofuel. Oh, lovely. Great material. Well, now that this is done, we can build the rest of the factory outwards. So all the Turbofuel is calculated. And it means we can do like the rest of the materials. Let's see, how much is our power grid consuming? Still 30,000 for some reason. 30,000 megawatts. It shouldn't be though. That is weird. Why is it still like having trouble reaching the back? And that is the case in every row. It's like there's almost no turbo fuel left to fill it up. Which is weird considering we should be making the correct amount. The better question is, why is the flow rate so low? The weird thing is this one seems much higher. And now it seems to fill up. Which is also weird considering that all the factories should be running round the clock. This is weird that this is even a thing, but still. Empty canister. Because it shouldn't happen, right? It should produce 30 a minute and just keep up with the amount. 20 per minute, 30 per minute. Yeah, weird. Oh, wait, but it's... Oh. If For some reason it's still idling because of the lack of heavy oil residue. So why is it leaving? Why is it having trouble getting the correct amount of heavy oil residue? It says it has a flow rate of 300 per minute. How much this was? 1.5, 600. Let's see. Or I calculated something wrong, or it's just not doing it perfectly. Alternate polymer resin? I didn't get that one. Oh, so you produce more resin if you want to, and not really necessary, right? So why is it not working perfectly? This one has a flow rate of 600. This one's consuming 37.5. 600 divided by 37.5 is 16. And since there are 20 in one row and I didn't use 4 of them, 1 2 3 4, we should be fine. Sometimes I don't get this stuff at all. Like, is it a problem with this? Like, this one does differentiate really a lot though, which also shouldn't be the case. I mean, I get if they're yellow because the line is full, but like, how is this not working? Like, this inner line should just have a flow rate of 600. Really weird stuff. It's even below. It's like 8,000 below capacity just because of the amount of fluctuation in flow rates, even though they all seem to be completely filled to the brim. Like, does it have something to do with a buffer in between, or like, does this help or something? Maybe it's just that the pipeline is too full at certain moments. I mean, I can imagine that being the case. Then it should help to place something like this in between. Like, does this work as a for giving it a higher throughput, or should we do that at every interval or something? I mean, I literally don't know, man. Seems to somehow work. Well, we don't have to place it obviously in this location. I think it has to do with the buffer. I mean, it could solve our problem. It could entirely not be our problem as well. I literally don't know. Let's see what the man has to say. Weird shit. Caterium, these both seem bad. And these also both seem bad. It seems to have helped somewhat, I think, in terms of having the pipes be well on their way, being filled up. Because I quadruple checked literally everything, so I don't really get why almost nothing remains. It did seem to increase our power capacity somewhat by just doing that, but it's still fluctuating a lot. It should be at least at like 36,000. Right now it seems like the pipes are way fuller than they were before, just because they have this buffer. Very interesting. It seems now they're not idling anymore, right? At least they don't have to. I think I get the problem. So for some reason I thought it would be a good idea to make this one produce at full speed, which is weird because these ones are connected but they're idling for some odd reason because the entire pipe is full. So I did some weird calculations, but that's something I have to fix next time, because there are some problems with these setups. Maybe if it's a little bit earlier in the day I can do some better calculations about how I should fix this. So I'll make a sign for myself. Fix oil. Alright, thought something isn't right, but I couldn't lay my finger on it. I don't know why. Peace.